wanna step to me.
If you wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama. Yeah, I got that big D energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama.
No, Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
I whip that thing out like Michael Obama.
We already have it with
I got that
Obama.
big
So
energy.
let's just calm down.
Nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I whip that ass like Michael Obama. I'm a girl, 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 I'm a whip the thing out like Michael Obama. I got that big energy. Ain't nobody wanna step like me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I whip that ass like Michael Obama. Ain't got that clip, bitch. Hung like a llama. I whip that dick out like Michael Obama. I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Know too much, get left in the ditch. CIA scratches, its clicks getting itch. Yeah, I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Wiki leaking, now you're thrown into a ditch. You wish the simulation had glitch. You wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Know too much, get left in the ditch. CIA scratches, its clicks getting itch. Yeah, I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Wiki leaking, now you're thrown into a ditch. You wish the simulation had glitch. You wanna be rich, but not Seth rich.
I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. Wiki leaking out, you dump into a ditch. You wish the simulation had a glitch. You wanna be rich, but not Seth rich. I wanna be rich, but not Seth rich.
Spread the word with propaganda packs, all for just $40 shipped at paranoidamerican.com.
Paranoid propaganda packs. We got facts on these sticker slaps. So grab yourself a stack and go attack with these paranoid propaganda packs.
These huge all-weather slaps will last in public for years to come. Remind citizens that birds are not real, self-immolation is an option, and might make you magnetic. Do your part and get a propaganda pack today from paranoidamerican.com.
Yeah, paranoid propaganda packs. We got facts on these sticker slaps. So grab yourself a stack and go attack.
Britney Spears, can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, weirdos, mega mistakes, entertaining, calling linguists. Good guys. Forum of decorum needs a secretive society to advance on philosophies intentionally, magically. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, weirdos, mischief making. It's okay to change your thinking. Good guys. Good guys, good guys.
Big up yourselves and welcome to a ladies smoke free edition Sunday Night Raw episode of Secret Society of Good Guys. As always, we are your
Smoke
good guys.
free?
Ladies smoke free. It's an
Oh, I got you. I got it now. I was like, what do you mean?
Not free of
Smoke free
smoke.
zone? Not here.
As you see the
Not over
smoke and
here.
trees.
You know what? I did hit my joint while the intro was happening. I was so excited about Big Dick Energy because that song goes hard. Can we just say
It
Big Dick
does.
Energy does go hard and hung like a like ain't got a clip
Yeah.
it. When that part
And I
happened,
always
was
gotta
all
like
hit my joint into the light and like bent it. So Big Dick Energy went so hard I actually bent my big dick.
Oh shit!
Anyways, hi.
You'll be pissing in your face now.
Mm.
I know. I'm trying to be careful with it. I could just rip the cone off of it and then just smoke it like a normal joint. I guess.
Nah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
You
fine.
just pinch it right there. You just hold it
Yeah,
right
I'm
there.
just holding it.
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't even know if I didn't tell you, but because
Yeah,
that
I
song
swear.
goes so hard,
It does.
ain't got
I
a
just-
clip, bitch.
I jam in my
I'm hung
chair.
like a llama. Bent my joint.
I like back it up in the chair.
You chair dance.
Yeah, I do.
Do you ever this is some shit. Like I'll just tell you guys, if I'm ever with you in the car, it's not as fun with the electric cars, but there used to be the cars where everything was like manual inside. And so you'd be like dancing to somebody or lip singing, and then you just move your seat back like you're gonna hit it low, get low, but instead, but you actually drop your seat.
Oh
That
god.
shit's funny. That shit goes hard. It's
Oh,
funny if you're
man.
singing to a stranger and then just drop your seat back.
Like what?
Reminds me of
What
what's that movie
Stop
with
me.
Will Ferrell where they're sitting there like they keep breaking the window when they're dancing
There
in the
was
car.
there was a prodigy of like where they show that someone's like behind you while you're driving in the driver's seat, and like, oh, with an old car, how you can like, push your seat back all the way and like jam the person there. Well, try doing that with a new car. It was like, okay, let me push the button to like push my seat back, and it's like na 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 na, like slow motion. I'm like, wow, technology sucks, bro.
You can't be as clever or as
Night at the
dangerous.
Roxbury.
You're like,
Nope.
That
Instead of like,
yeah, you feel just bust someone up. Oh shit. Yeah, Night at the Roxbury. I remember that movie. Everybody has it. Everybody got you guys, your points will be sent to your I like how everybody named it. Night at the Roxbury, Night at the Roxbury.
I know. Damn, y'all are on it.
I know. I love that. I forgot that you even asked a question about Will Ferrell, and then they just picked up. I look pale next to you guys.
Wow.
yeah, I sat out today. It was
Me
so
too.
nice until it wasn't, and then
Florida.
it was again.
Um,
The sun is
But
a
my
different
lighter
sun
hair,
out
I
here.
think, is making me look dark too.
Mm.
are you guys excited that Joe Biden isn't gonna run? Or you
No, I
didn't
kind
ever
of wish
think
he was still in it. I didn't think he was, but I kind of wish that he would stay in it.
Well, he wasn't really running. He was just a puppet. It's the Barack
Well, I mean,
Obama.
walking as fast as he could.
Yeah. I mean,
Wait,
who do you
behind
think
his
it's gonna be?
walker. I think
Is it gonna be
Hillary.
Kamala? Hillary?
I don't think Kamala makes it. Kamala don't make it either. I don't think Vance makes it to the end, and I don't think Kamala makes it to the end.
So we're gonna vote for the walnut sauce. I mean, not vote for, but like more happy to have the walnut sauce eating witch who peels off kids' faces and like puts it on hers with Huma
Drip.
Abedin type of situation. Frazzle,
I
frazzle, dazzle.
I know Elon Musk is the one that said the most entertaining outcome is likely so. But I give it to my Maria because I don't believe Elon Musk is real. I think he's part of just whatever's happening on the zeitgeist right now of characters playing roles or whatever's going on. Like the new skinny conservative Elon Musk that likes freedom of speech for $12.99. This character, Elon, I just give it to my Maria. The most entertaining outcome will probably be the outcome. So Kamala's just not main character enough. We're more main character than Kamala. She's such a co-star.
Do you know
She's
what I
such
found out
a
today
puppet.
about
What?
Elon? I didn't know this. Maybe I did and I skimmed through it and like as a post, but I didn't know it was a real thing. He apparently built tunnels to nowhere. Underground
Yeah, the
tunnels to
Boring
nowhere.
Company
What the
and
fuck? I didn't
Vegas.
know
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And I'm like, that's just odd. Like, apparently to beat traffic in California too, like he built somewhere near California. And I'm just like, what the fuck? That just makes no sense to me. Like for someone to have that much power that he could build his own tunnel so you could like ride past through traffic.
How many people, how many private citizens do you think the military industrial complex lets shoot off rockets from its space from its places? I just don't believe this. Every single thing about Elon is stolen technology. Every single thing about Elon is stolen names, a rewrite of history. He's done nothing. Everybody treats him like
Yeah.
he's intelligent. PayPal wasn't even the first PayPal.
Like,
Like
who gave him that
Apple.
authority? Like, that's what I want to know. Who gives him this
He just
authority?
seems to
Like,
be the
who is
part of
he?
the like for the technocracy people. He just is there. You know how everywhere we live in the simulation, but Elon understands that we're in the simulation. He's just part of
Yeah.
the simulation if that's the case. Like he's part of the simulation seller because he would be like the guy that if we were all playing Ready Player One a decade from now, we'd be trying to get Elon's golden egg.
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
mm.
Well, like, was it not the prophet in the Matrix? What's her name? The lady who's like who they go the Oracle.
Yeah.
It's like the Oracle, who's really just the Matrix too.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. But so anyway, I think the most entertaining outcome. So we need Hillary and Big Mike. I think we've been setting up for Big Mike for like we have a song prepared for her campaign.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
They get the
live in a
transgender
world
vote.
that every time she goes on stage, the chant of Big Mike can be audibly heard. Like I
Uh-huh.
live in a world where they don't have enough fans anymore for Big Mike not to be heard.
I feel
Like-
like we have trolled enough of like anything that's Big Mike related with saying Big Mike, or that so many people are doing it now. It's awesome. Like we're not the
Dude.
first ones to the race anymore.
What I want to do is I want to deck my car out and like Trump everything
Oh, I
one
thought you
day,
said
just
dick
one
your
day.
car out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll dick it out too, Trump it out. It's, that's big D energy right there. Just
That
Trump
is.
it all out. And then just play the Big Mike song the whole way and just drive up and down Panama City Beach and let people hear the fucking song. And yeah, like if fucking Big Mike decides to run.
But
If.
then there's like this tea time right now, political gossip, that the Obamas and the Clintons right now are actually like at odds because they can't figure out who to run. So you're having Obama Clinton 2 happening in the background before Trump Clinton 2 happened. This is WWE as fuck.
Yeah.
Prime time.
The infamous clip of Joe Biden on stage with Kamala Harris and saying, you know, if we can't agree on something, I might just have a mysterious disease and like just call it quits. And Kamala looks at him and shakes her head and is just like, you know, like, you fucked up there, Joe. You just told everybody the fucking plan. Like, that was the plan, bro. Why'd you tell everybody?
They've been accidentally calling her Madam President since the beginning of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, they've been setting it up. Joe was never supposed to be the guy. And I love the yeah, look at Bill and Hillary right now are endorsing Kamala. Obama isn't.
Mm.
And I'm like, what if, like, let's just play like in a world of like easy names, the elite and the Rothschilds, let's say they've had this script for however long and they've been handing it down our whole lifetimes. 30 years they've had their script. The elite know how they're playing, they know what sides they're going to take. It doesn't matter. The Bushes know what they're up to, you know, the Clintons know what they're up to. Everybody's playing on their script. The news all says the thing they're supposed to. For some reason, I feel like we're off script for the first time in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the news doesn't know what to say. The politicians don't know what the fuck to say. If you're just for the first time in my whole lifetime, it feels like we're off script.
Improv. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
It
Just
is
say yes.
improv.
Just roll
You
with
can't
it,
say
y'all.
no. Yeah.
It's total improv class. It feels like the music's
and.
improv, like the people that are famous are just stepping up and being improvisational, like, oh, who are they gonna follow? Who are they gonna like? I don't know. Let's keep throwing that ginger black girl out in front of everyone, and then they'll grab on. No, they're not grabbing on. Let's try Cardi B again and let her say it, and then they'll grab on. They're not grabbing on. Let's try Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, you know, everybody loves the Incredible
Rock.
Hulk. Yeah, let's have The Rock come out and say it. They'll grab on. They always follow their pop stars. These sheep always follow the stars. They've never not followed the stars. This is what these sheep do. There's got to be a celebrity we can put out in front of them. If Oprah and The Rock together say it, that is the spell that can never be broken. Shit.
And it broke.
It broke. It just feels like the elite are off script and panicked, and I love it.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even in my
And
country,
everybody is like,
chaos. In my country,
isn't
there's
the
this.
saying on the dollar not order out of chaos? Isn't it different? Everybody always
Yeah.
simplifies it, like the same way they say the wrong quote about Aleister Crowley all the time. But I don't think it really is that. I think it's something a little sweeter.
I thought it
Well,
was
there's a
out
lot
of
going
something
on in the
one
world.
or something like that, but I don't know.
Bangladesh students are being shot right now. There's a whole blackout. There's this new thing that they want to implement in, I guess, how much people make now, and it's gonna like, it sounds like a good plan, but when it actually happens, it's not good, and this is what they're fighting against.
It's communism in a
Yeah,
nutshell.
yeah, pretty much. And they want to remove the internet as well, like literally go into communism, pretty much. And in my country, the top singer of our country, a female, was caught trafficking women from our country to Dubai, Turkey, 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds. They would, I guess, lure them from the internet and see who were into that luxurious lifestyle and who were seeking that. So they found them on TikTok and places like that and lured them in. And now they got caught. They got arrested. And they're going to be going to trial and probably going to jail for a very long time because they made millions of dollars.
Get ready for that, everyone, because a
Mhm.
lot of your celebrities are just human trafficking fronts. A lot of the
Yep.
concerts that the teeny boppers are going to, and a lot of the sporting events, they're all just human trafficking fronts.
Meet your favorite star. Backstage passes. Oh my God. Parents not allowed.
I know, and think of how we knowingly that is happening with underage kids, that it's just with celebrities, just if they're celebrities in general, like think of how many band stories you've heard about like some 14-year-old girl and Steven Tyler.
Well, even like, was it Sia? Is that how you say her name? And the dance girl Maddie, like she'd have her stay over the night over at her house all the time, and
I'm gonna
Like
work
she
at my
was
Kamala Harris impression. I just want you guys to know it's gonna get better. I want the audience to know. I haven't even tried it yet.
Me neither.
I haven't, but she has this
you
like
just have to
real
be
messy.
redundant
She has
and
a
say the
real
same
messy way of
sentence over and
talking.
over.
Hold
So
on.
there's this
It's
small
like the way
country
4th graders write.
in Ukraine, and then there's a big country in Russia. That big country invaded the small country, and that is bad. Very bad.
No,
That
she
And
is
has
the big country
exactly,
was Russia. And the
yes,
small country was
was Ukraine,
Ukraine.
and that is
no.
not
And
good.
that was not good. Yeah,
Not
exactly.
good.
It's like it's just that's how a 4th grader writes. Like they write the same thing just backwards and forwards, and like you're like,
Yeah,
who does she not have a speechwriter?
she
Does she
thinks
not
she's
have a little
talking
thing
to
in her
idiots or
ear?
something. I don't
Like
know. She's talking to everyone like
so
they're
NPC.
stupid. Yeah.
I have to find her going on and on about that which will be undone
When life
by that which already. She says this one quote over and over again that it makes me crazy, and I'm like, did I already put it somewhere? I have to find it. Sorry, you guys. I'm
No,
not
take your
prepared.
time.
Oh, this is it. Hold on. I don't know.
A burden.
Unburdened by what has been, what can be. Unburdened by what has been, what can be. Unburdened by what has been, what can be. Unburdened by what has been, what we can see, what we believe can be. Unburdened by what has been, what can be. Unburdened by what has been, what can be.
Dude, I
What the fuck does that
Suck my
even
ass.
mean? Like what does that even mean?
what can
Unburdened by what has
be
been?
unburdened by what has been.
Wasn't she a prostitute for what's his name, the talk show guy,
The
the
Maureen
bald
black
Williams or
guy.
guy?
something?
No,
What was his
Montel.
name?
Montel
Maya Montel.
Williams.
She's like an escort.
Yeah. I don't know. She's thick-necked, and I really think that if you mix together Big Mike and Hillary, you kind of get Kamala. Like if we were to
Yeah.
make an aggregor and we were to mix.
Yeah.
The other weird thing I think about Kamala Harris is she isn't black. She's
No,
No.
she's Indian.
Brahmin.
Yeah, whatever.
And her parents, Kamala Harris was actually an anchor baby. Your parents can't both be illegal citizens and have you, and you're allowed to be the president.
Wait, she wasn't born here?
She was born here, but just because if you're born here, but neither of your parents are citizens of here, you still can't run for president.
Why? You were born here. You're a citizen.
There's more to it than that. Like one
Yeah.
of your parents has to be naturalized at
A
least. They
naturalized
both can't be
citizen.
illegal.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like there's more
Interesting.
to it. Like one of your parents has
Well,
to be naturalized and at least of a certain age and
Obama
or a
was born in
certain
Kenya,
time.
so I mean,
Oh yeah,
if they,
Obama's totally Kenyan.
if he was gonna, I mean, if they're gonna break the rule for him, yeah, they're gonna break the rule for her if they want to, if they
It's
need
something
to.
about what has burdened by what has been.
Be unburdened
Ah,
by what has been.
We will become unburdened by what has been. There's something about it that because of seeing her and the way her veins always stick out in her neck, it makes me have to do something with my neck. And it doesn't require neck work. It's not like Jack Nicholson's face where it
that's
requires
her.
like
You just pop
it's like
out.
by what has been. How do
What
we
that neck do, girl?
and she tries to like it's like a
Chicken
faux
head.
southern like how do we become unburdened by what has been?
Maybe she got a thick neck for all those dicks she be sucking, and she worked the
don't-
muscles out.
Oh my gosh.
Or prostitute. Let me shut the fuck up.
And I think it's funny too
Hey,
that
we
the
don't hate on
Obama
sex workers.
No, but I want to hit on this one.
what about
Free speech.
that the Obamas still have a murder case for a paddleboarder inside their lake that just went like we didn't hear anything about it again after their movie came out. It's like, oh, the paddleboarder chef who's like cooking kids, he just happens to die in the lake. And
That's not even deep.
But I just am like, for real, y'all, this is a racist thing. I was like, black people paddleboard? That was like really like
Well, yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No, I was getting my nails done the other day, and I don't know why they always have the news on at like nail places, but they were just like repeating the news, and they were talking about like this family where one of the twins died and the dad died or whatever, trying to save him, but they were all it was a family, a black family, and they were all out on like one of those big old
What can
mats on the
be
lake.
unburdened from what has been? Sorry, go on.
What the fuck does that even mean? I don't even get it.
What can be
Oh, shit.
unburdened from what has been? What can be unburdened from what has been?
It's like a fucking paradox.
To be or not to be? She's trying to be
Yeah.
like a to be or not to be. Shut the fuck up.
Some smart and philosophical or something.
No, I don't understand it. What was it? What has been unburdened?
What has been unburdened
Burdened.
by
So
what
out
has
of burden
been.
by what has been.
Are you you're confusing yourself?
Yeah, in what context are you meaning that? Like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to figure out a scenario where that would work.
I know, that's what I don't get.
Yeah.
See, here's the whole thing. Somebody just said I was capped for that because they just looked it up, but this is probably part of the issue is people like don't look up things very well. No person except a natural born citizen or a citizen of the United States at the time of the adoption of this Constitution shall be eligible of the office of president. Neither shall any person be eligible to that office who shall not have attained to their age of 35 and been 14 years a resident within the United States. There is so much more to it than just you being a citizen of this country. You have to have lineage here. Anyways, so I just wanted to say it. They weren't naturalized. You can't do that.
So who do we speak to?
I don't know, because I do agree with you. Obama's Kenyan, so it's already like
doesn't matter.
We should make it known to Trump. Like somehow. This needs to go viral so it could get to Trump.
This is the other thing I think about Vance, that RFK comes out today, and he's pretty much like, Trump putting Vance as his VP is paying a nod to the CIA by putting him there, because Vance is CIA. And so putting the guy next to you is essentially what Reagan did with Bush. You're giving a nod. You're paying homage to this dark agency by putting somebody next to you like that. I ain't down with that either.
Well, I like to play, I'm a Trump fan, but I see the reality. If I'm going to play in the game, in this simulation, whatever their script is, I'm going to go for that evil and the two lesser evils. They say you pick the lesser one. You have two evils, you pick the lesser one. In that sense, I would pick Trump. But in the game theory of it all, or the reality of it all is like, I wouldn't actually vote for any of them because I think it's like just bullshit because of all of this. Like, I want to save our country. I don't want to like support the FBI, the CIA. I don't want to support any other fucking ABC, the feds. I want to support our people. Like, if we can have a candidate like that, then I'm all for that candidate. But we don't have a candidate like that right now that I see. So out of all of this, I'm going to choose Trump because he's more for America. In that
was
sense.
Really interesting, and this is like just my nerdy brain. So Trump, on his thing, he tweeted out, "Make America Great Once Again," and I was like, well, that can't mean anything. Like Magoa. What does Magoa mean in Latin? If we all know MAGA means witch. Like, and so was like looking up stuff on it, And I thought that it was interesting that magoa in Latin is a minor injury or a wound.
What the fuck? So
thought
he
that was
created a
interesting.
spell for an assassination attempt so he doesn't get killed but get minor wound? Was it some kind of spell for himself?
I I feel like the word MAGA to me from the beginning, it's not happenstance. Never has been. It's not happenstance that he says witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt. So it's just make America great once again. Now I just see those. These are the letters. And so I think if it was nefarious at any point, you're not supposed to think make America great again when you think of the word MAGA. You're supposed to think of the word witch. And so I think if Hillary was running for president under Make America Great Again with MAGA everywhere, I just think it had a whole different power, a whole darker power. And so a witch hunt being a conspiracy now is interesting to me. It's maybe the biggest conspiracy of all time that doesn't get talked about enough is the witch hunts. So it's just crazy that it's brought up again and again and again and again. Witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt. Political witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt. The witch hunts were never right. They were never supposed to happen.
So what the fuck is gonna happen? Is there even gonna be an election? Because there's even talks about people saying that watch an election's not gonna fucking happen. And it's just like, what's gonna happen to the point that that happens?
Well, it seems like
What is that
censorship
book
is
you
really
told us
big
to
all of a
read
sudden.
way back when? What does the last president say? You tell us.
I didn't read that.
happened?
I didn't read all of it.
The little
I didn't
Baron
read
or
all of it.
the Baron
The
Trump one?
Baron Trump under Marvelous Underground Adventures of Baron Trump. That's the one I read fully.
I have the other one on audio
Because of
but I
my
haven't listened to
ADHD.
everything.
Do we
I
have
have
to
a
read The
problem.
Last President?
Yeah,
probably
I
Is
think
that
we
the
should.
next book?
I think we should.
I think we should too.
And it's a
because
quick
there's-
read.
Yeah.
It's not long at all. You probably finish it in a day. Yeah, it's less than, I think it's like around 80 pages or something like that.
I
It's
don't know.
thin.
You guys out there, what do you think about The Last President? Look up the plot and stuff and tell us if you think we should
Well, there's
have a
more
class
to it
project.
than just, like Pence and Trump, being in the tower. There's a lot. It goes into a lot. I just haven't read it. I heard like a brief story about this guy who goes down the whole Baron Trump time travel thing on TikTok. He looks like this Irish boy, and he just goes on. And he has like this theory that Donald Trump is literally a fucking time traveler. And he knows the events that are going to happen, and that's why he turned the way he did with the fucking bullet, because he knew that the assassination attempt would happen, but he doesn't want to tip everybody off on the idea that he could be a time traveler. But this is just the theory that he's going on. Maybe it's for views, maybe it's just misinformation, or maybe it's just all in his head because he's taking the books too literally, maybe. But again, with all the clues that connects with everything, and his uncle and Tesla and that tower, the tower alone is an electric battery. Most people don't know the history about that and how it was made, but it's a unique building. So I don't know.
A whole gold toilet and a whole gold, everything in the room being gold when you think of conductivity, or if like,
well, I mean, the tower that they found Tesla's documents, that tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that building. That building is a very interesting building. It's its own rabbit hole.
Isn't that is that the hotel?
Yeah, I think so. I forgot the name of it.
On was it the Roosevelt?
I don't remember.
Was that the hotel on?
I feel like it is the Roosevelt.
I don't remember.
It was weird in my the file with that in it. It's like I had to blow off dust, and I'm like, "Is it the Roosevelt?" And then it was mixed in with the Home Alone file, and I was like, "Why is this all together, brain?" Like I even had to sit up straight, and I was like, "Oh, it's Donald Trump and Home Alone 2." Was it that hotel?
No, that hotel is the
New
It's one of the grand hotels there that everybody goes to in Central
The
Park. It's
Grand
by
New
Central
Yorker or
Park.
something.
No, I forgot what the fucking name is. Fucking
I
A.
know
And
you
I
should
lived
know
there.
this. Don't
I
even
should
listen
know
to
it.
this. Is so messy right now.
Yeah,
This is
it's
how much New
terrible.
York is out of my zeitgeist.
It's terrible, but it's a rich people hotel. That's what I know. They make weddings there at the Carlton,
Waldorf, Astoria.
the Waldorf. Yeah, I think it's the Waldorf. Yeah, it's the
That might be the
Waldorf.
restaurant.
No, or the Carlton.
Bro, I don't even
I
know
forgot.
where these words are coming from in my brain. Don't even listen to me right now. My antenna is so screwy. The Roosevelt, I'm like, I don't even know. That could be where some lady died in a water towel.
You know, in the movies where they're like, "Oh, you're having your wedding there," and by I forgot what it's called, and you have to book in advance for 2 years. I think it is the Waldorf.
The hotel where
forgot.
John Lennon lived. Oh, is it the
I forgot
hotel
the-
where John Lennon lived?
It says
I
the
don't
New
know.
Yorker Hotel.
That's
The Wyndham
that's
New
where the
Yorker
Tesla.
Hotel.
Yeah, there you go. That's that one. But the other one that Trump was in in the movie, that's a whole other hotel. The Waldorf is, I think it is, not the Waldorf.
The Grand Old Opry.
I
The
forgot.
Tennessee?
Peabody.
I'll write it in the fucking comments after like the show is done. When I figure it out, I'll just write it in there. No one can Google a hotel in Home Alone 2.
No, but I think it's a squib and not real blood on his ear, and you don't actually see a piece gone, and there's no blood on his cock, even though he brought his hand up to his ear.
I mean,
What?
Huh? That sounded like you just did a verbal brisk to us. What has been by what can be undone.
And so it is.
unburdened to burdened,
Unburdened
to
by
be
what
burdened or to be
be
unburdened is the
undone by
question.
what is done. What an asshole. I gotta.
If I keep
really
them confused and keep saying the same thing, then I just sound
Camel,
intelligent. I like that.
Camilla, camel toe. When I hear Kamala, I hear camel toe. Kamala.
I think that the FBI lady that was sitting behind Trump with her phone playing and the people that were moving people out of the way. And I think that the patsy's just a patsy, like all the patsies are. They have a shot. Maybe they just cause an extra chaos. But I am kind of one of the people that whoever took the shot was on the water tower because the angles are weird and have nothing to do with that kid. And
There's
this is
very
just
good
another
footage of it.
Yeah, this is just more messy. I just think it's just so weird to me, like how many people have been killed by the 3-letter agencies. I don't know 3-letter agencies that are good. I don't know why we have them. It just seems all like laundering to our taxes.
So CIA who did this, you think? So why would he pay homage to CIA by bringing Vance in? If this is so bizarre.
It's so weird because
Keep
it
your enemies
happens.
closer. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
I don't know. This is what I truly think without being political, because sometimes I really fucking hate politics, but I love this fucking country, but I see the play. And whether Trump is a part of it or not, I don't know. But I feel like every single politician has to be a part of this big club. They're no longer allowing people who are just your average Joe to run anything anymore. That's how much power they have. So that's how I see it. Trump, he wasn't endorsed by anyone. Yeah, they almost shot him. So many people fucking hated him. I don't know how many assassination attempts that he had that they don't even talk about in the newspaper. So that's the only thing that just keeps me stringing along. It's like, maybe this guy really fucking wants to do something, and he's a smart guy and he knows like the art of war. Like he literally knows it. So it just makes me wonder, this guy's a fucking genius and he could be fucking saving this country. Not as a savior like Jesus Christ, but what?
I just like
Don't give
that
up.
Chad didn't even mean to say cock. He meant to
I
say
knew he
cock.
didn't mean to say cock, but I was like, what did he mean with that? Like,
I didn't. I just was like, I thank goodness I never get the accidental cock spell check. That's the worst. I always think of the worst spell check in history. Is one time calling one of my lady friends a baddie, and it spell checked it to fatty.
Fatty. That's terrible.
Terrible, bro. I could have
Mm,
been like an inch tall.
I got
dude.
freaking gaslit by AI when
Dang,
it
you
was
look like
not
a
a spell check.
baddie.
Like
Fatty.
I've
Have
said that or something, and it's turned it to fart. And I was like about to send this email, and I never proofread before I send it work email. I just freaking send it, and then I was like, thank God I freaking caught that, or I would have been saying fart.
Have you ever
That's
sent
digital
a
gaslighting.
snapshot
It is.
of a conversation that you wanted to send to somebody, but you sent it to that person that you
Oh,
originally took the snapshot of?
fucking nightmare.
I've had it
Oh
happen to
my
me where they did it from
god.
our conversation.
Oh,
Fucking
it
nightmare.
happened to me once, yeah.
You know
About
what fucking
this
happened to
guy.
me once? One time,
Mm,
and think I wasn't saying anything bad. I wouldn't really say anything bad. I
I
like
said something
adore my
bad.
sister. But one time that stupid thing on the iPhone hit the record message button and was like recording a memo. And I was talking about my sister to my wife. And thank goodness it wasn't anything bad. But I always
Uh,
still like, God damn. How
yeah.
did that
That's
even
scary.
happen?
Yeah.
Like it just decided it was
I
just
don't have to worry
gonna
about my cat recording me. It's like I'm doing shit done myself here.
so crazy. Oh my goodness. So what else in the world? So yeah, Biden stepped down. That's not a surprise to anyone. And now it's just who's going to be the pick. Who is it going to It has to it doesn't even just me saying Big Mike to you. You're way more excited than Kamala.
Yeah.
You're like just the
It's like, really,
idea.
Kamala? Like, nah, bring in Hillary. Let's make it interesting. Like, I would want them bitches back. Like, bring Hillary, fucking, bring Big Mike in. Let's see where this fucking goes. Like, let's fucking see. You want to play war? We got it. Let's turn it into a fucking war. Civil. Let's even make it a civil fucking war. Let's
Let's
do
be
it.
civil about it. Let's have an actual civil war.
Fucking war. Yep. Let's do
Let's
it.
a civil
I think
war
it's
of
fucking
words.
time.
Bring it on, witches.
Here's um like a couple days ago when the Kamala camp kept saying that they'll debate Vance. I keep wanting to call him Vance. It's so funny. That they want to debate sconce. Yeah.
Sconce. Long
No, they
dance.
wanted she was like, what has burdened by what has been. So she wants to debate fucking Vance. And then the Trump team released that would be like disrespectful to Kamala Harris. We'll give her some time to pick her running mate before JD Vance says he'll debate them. Like they already said she was going to do this days and days and days before she did it.
I want to know where the fuck Vance came from because I never heard of this motherfucker ever before in my entire existence until he was, oh, this is the vice president pick. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Did not anyone else do that? Anyone?
This is the other thing too is Biden's still running the
Weird.
show right now. Like
Well,
everybody
so
says
they're
he's
calling for
mentally
his
and he's
resignation now. Have you seen that?
yeah, and then they're like, is he gonna die? Is she gonna step in? But it's like you're
He's gonna die.
saying, think of all this week, how many people have been sticking up for Biden.
So who's the current Speaker of the House? Because that's third in line, right?
What's his name? With the guy with the
So,
glasses.
Not a main
so
character either.
So Kamala,
Jordan?
if
No, what was
but
his
I'm
name?
just saying, if Kamala's
Yeah,
not fit to
no, not
finish
Jordan
the
anymore.
term because of her
I think his name's Mike.
citizenship issues, he'll go to Speaker of the
We'll see.
House.
I don't know. I don't know. But the Speaker of the House is threatening to arrest anybody who decides to disrupt Netanyahu's speech in the Congress. So he's going to speak to Congress. The President of the United States, Netanyahu, is going to speak to Congress. And if you dare
The
interrupt him,
president
you,
of the
Israel,
United
you mean?
you're
States.
yeah. This is Israel.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, I know.
Oops. I mean, yeah. So he's going to be
But no,
calling the
you're-
shots and telling Congress what needs to happen. All right. Our president. All our money's going over there.
Look
to
at it
bomb
is Mike
children.
Johnson. See?
There
His
you go.
name's
Yeah, Mike Johnson. Mike Dick.
Oh my goodness.
Mike Dick. That's a spell. Mike the Dick. Big Dick energy. Big Mike.
I know a Mike Dick, actually.
When you just said that, you just knocked my tricorn off the shelf. It just fell down for no reason.
It's true, you see? When that happens, it means it's true.
That's and Mike Johnson.
Johnson, baby.
Mike Johnson. I don't know. I think this is really the craziest season of America that I've ever seen. Part of me, I read something that it's like, if we've made it this far, like if season 8 of America starts and there's no fucking dragons, I'm not on board. Like how
For real. Bring out the
like,
dragons.
yeah, like that's where I'm kind of like, fuck aliens. Boring. Aliens are boring. Bring on the dragons.
We're the aliens.
Bring on the dragons. And a dragon, I don't need my dragon to blow fire. I'm really comfortable with the Godzilla way of him gathering energy from the ionosphere, kind of like Tesla would, and then breathing energy. And think of how cute. Oh my gosh. This is so off topic. This is the way my brain works. I saw something in Portland, Oregon. You know the swings that go upside down and whatever? Apparently there was a ride in Portland, Oregon that flipped upside down for like 26 minutes. Like one of those swing rides. And it just sat like that still for 26 minutes. And people just sat up there. They were vomiting and passing out. Some people still have migraines.
Yep.
I would imagine. It would be horrible to be upside down that long.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare.
You know, I just recently saw a TED talk about gang stalking and how it's a real thing, and that they go after people who've been in jail and they gang stalk them, people who post like radical shit online and they get gang stalked, people who call out gang stalking get gang stalked. It's a whole fucking realm of like gang stalking that fucking exists, like people following you, like almost like you're like in the Truman Show and you know these people, like you see them everywhere and you see the patterns. It's that. It's a real fucking thing. I was like, oh my God, I thought this was bullshit. But no,
Oh
it's
no.
a
I'd be
fucking
like, look at my fans. Hey guys.
Gang
This is my
stalking is very
entourage.
real, and it's the way they make you feel crazy, so that
Yeah.
it's like one of the signs. Like they'll gang stalk you, so eventually you call people, and you're like, because you sound crazy, saying there's 30 people standing in my yard right now in black business suits.
And now you're like schizophrenic.
Yeah, and then they come and no one's there. I swear they were just here. They were all in white cars, and they all got in their cars and drove away.
Yep. They'll follow you at the subway. They'll stand right next to you. They know your moves. They know where you work, what time you have to be there. They know your routine. It's just fucking bizarre. I'm like, oh my God. I wonder if I have a gang stalker. I wonder if we have gang stalkers and we don't know it. We're not
It's a
aware.
it's like 1 in 4 women is stalked. It's probably even worse than that.
Oh my
It's
God.
like a pretty scary. I mean, I don't know what I believe of any statistics anymore, but
How much of that is your exes, though? You know,
Because
I worry
Oh my
about that
God.
low key. But like Johnny Five in the chat just said Russia just stole everyone's DNA records. Like, is that Johnny Five from Short Circuit?
Johnny Five is alive.
Johnny Five is alive.
Who's Johnny Five?
He was a robot on Short Circuit. He was like the first sentient robot.
It's Johnny, she said, and smiled in her
Oh yeah,
special
yeah,
way.
yeah. That funny ass robot. Yeah.
Y'all, I remember the joke from that movie and how he proved his sentience
I
over
missed
and
that.
over. Like it's a silly joke that I told it in life to adults before I understood it. Like, because it's all about a priest, a rabbi, and an
Do
atheist,
tell.
and I didn't even know
Come
what an
on.
atheist. It's it's just so stupid. So there's a priest, a rabbi, and an atheist, and they're all playing golf, and they all raised a whole bunch of money, and they were trying to figure out how much of the money to give to charity. So the priest is like, I have an idea. Let's draw a circle on the ground. Let's throw all the money up in the air. Whatever lands inside the circle, we'll give to God. And the rabbi is like, let's draw a circle on the ground, throw all the money up in the air, and whatever lands outside the circle, give to God. And the atheist goes, let's draw a circle on the ground, throw all the money up in the air, and whatever God wants, he'll keep.
Oh, damn.
And it takes a minute for the robot to get the joke, so he assumes he's not sentient. But then when he gets the joke, it cracks him up.
Holy
So.
shit. Interesting.
Yeah, and then it's like I was a human who didn't get that joke for a very long time because I was a little kid who didn't know what an atheist was.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the difference of a rabbi or a priest was. Like there was so much nuance about this joke that I didn't get it either. So, yeah, it's just an interesting thing that it was a tool of sentience and it's a joke because robots wouldn't get humor.
They do now. AI does now. AI can find something that you were looking for. Like, hey, do you remember where I left my glasses? Yeah, you left them on the desk right by the red apple or whatever. Like, it will know where you left your shit. Instead of saying, Ma, do you remember where I left my blah 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 sweater with the whatever button? It'll tell you exactly where you put it. That's how crazy AI is now. It's fucking insane.
I don't know. I think we're in a strange realm. And how strange, like how much of if it all starts unfolding, like if we're in a part of I tell people it's funny, like if the world is waking up to the world itself being a psyop, is that not the Great Awakening?
That is.
It really is.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter what label you want to put on it to feel cool. If you want to say everything's a psyop, cool. If people get that, that means it's the Great Awakening. Even if the Great Awakening's a psyop, that's part of the loop.
And there's levels to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you start out at a place and then it takes you to one tunnel, takes you to many different options, and you'll see those signs for those different tunnels, but you go to one and then you come back and you go to the other and you come back, but each fucking hole leads to the same fucking place, to the Great Awakening, that everything is not what it seems. That's
Do you
the
think
beauty of
Lincoln was involved in his assassination attempt?
Lincoln and whose?
Do you think
And
Kennedy
his
was
own?
involved? Do you think MLK was involved in his assassination attempt?
I'm sure they wanted to die. Yeah. I'm sure they had a death wish.
I just think it's funny that this is the first time ever that no one was like, "Ooh, Reagan, he planned on that." That just,
No one said that.
It's just so funny. Like
The guy that Chaney shot, he planned on that too.
yeah, Chaney shot his friend in the face. This
And
is how much
nothing
power
happened.
that motherfucker had.
Nothing
is he
fucking
shot
happened.
his friend in the face and the world knew about it. If you fucking fuck with Dick Cheney, you'll get shot in the face duck hunting and nothing will happen.
Uh-huh.
That is wild. That is wild. But look at the Clintons. Just smuggling guns, smuggling drugs, smuggling humans. The world knows about it. Movies
And
have been
everyone
made.
still thinks Bill Clinton was like the best president. It's like, look into the Clinton Foundation, please. Research this shit. Like, look into it.
They won't.
So funny. It's
They
just so
won't.
funny. So this is the other part that I don't even know. I don't know what the fuck's happening, but here's what I do know. Even if you take some gay-tarded liberal that you know, they're like, what do you think of the Trump assassination? I think it's a conspiracy. And so, what is a conspiracy? Well, like JFK. Like what else? Tell me some other conspiracies you think. Because this
Yeah.
is where it's like just the most closed NPC all of a sudden on their feed and their little TikTok algorithms, they're looking up shit. And so their whole algorithms, we've been waiting for you here. Welcome.
Like,
It's like someone like a libtard
Something's
just
not
looked
right.
up to conspiracy for the first time because of the Trump shooting, and they're a flat earther this week.
yeah. And like
Like, this is the world we're in.
the fact that the main photographer there had a war camera that had speed to the capability of catching all types of action, that type of camera to a regular fucking rally, that has to raise some alarm too. There's so much around whatever happened to Trump that I don't even think they're going to even open a case on this. Like, I think they're just going to try and brush it under the table unless we don't see Trump fighting against what happened here. We're never going to find the truth and the answer unless they brush it. Like, if they start brushing it underneath and he doesn't fight for it, that means something's fishy here. If he doesn't fight for answers,
Period.
Yeah.
I think Monica Lewinsky was I think that is how much bad stuff Bill Clinton actually did. Is the cover up was still a 19-year-old girl and a cigar.
Yeah.
Like, that was the cover up. I think that whole scandal, the same cover up, is the exact same as like the 9/11 Commission.
Yeah, because it was so big for no fucking reason.
They spent $20
back
million
to Wag the
on
dog. Jack Stanton was the president, which was supposed to be Bill Clinton, right? And didn't he like impregnate like a 14-year-old? I realize it's fiction, but it was really
Is it
supposed to reflect what was actually happening.
Is it
Yeah.
fiction?
Wasn't
Or
it a
documentary?
14-year-old? I swear it was.
Yeah, I think so. But I think
In
even
Arkansas.
when we were talking about things we can't talk about because we'll get pulled down, certain words of that eventually things synthesize inside your body from like adrenaline, and then they eventually turn into melanin. We were
Yeah.
talking about, but words we're not allowed to say in between that, like thrill oxide, but I don't even know if that word's allowed anymore to get pulled down. So make sure you follow us on Rumble and hit the like and subscribe, because
Google
our
Chrome.
lives are really short-lived on YouTube, and we're not verified anywhere, so we can't play on X. So it's going to be Rumble. It'll be a rumble in the jungle. It'll be a slow go, but we'll
Let's
always
get
be there
ready to
every week, even if
rumble.
we get in trouble. Oh, and I lost my TikTok, y'all.
Oh shit.
What?
Yeah, social media platforms are being canceled right now. I did want to bring that up. Like, my husband of all people got freaking 2 strikes on his Facebook account. Like, and he's not really very political, but you got your shit shut down. Somebody was saying the other day that YouTube's allowing you to say things right now, but Thomas got his video taken down that was up for 4 years that's about this word that Chaney just spoke of that has to do with adrenaline.
I got it has
changing
been up
to-
on my episode for 2 years. I've had it on this channel and they took it down. I did re-upload
Yeah.
it on Rumble, and you can find it over there.
See,
But
this
if
is
that
fucking
stuff turns
pissing
into
me off.
melanin, that's the number one reason
The Google
that the
Chrome
Clintons
stuff.
want Haiti. Because can you think of more melanated people?
Yeah.
What are we doing, y'all? This is fucking disgusting. It is so disgusting that videos are being taken fucking down for words. It is boiling my blood. Like, today, I posted a simple fucking video of a Trump flag because a storm is coming, and I'm like, the storm is coming. I was like, this is the perfect shot, It's just to like bullshit. I was like, oh, this is perfect, Everyone in there, oh, how could you put a flag up? I'm like, this is fucking America. Like, I could put up whatever fucking flag I want. And then there was a fucking Confederate flag there. So fucking what? So fucking what? This is America. Well, when do we become communists? Like, is this the country that we want? A communist country? There's plenty out there. You want to live like communists? Go to the fucking communist countries. We're not turning this country to a fucking communist country. We need to do something about this because this is fucking getting irritating. Like they're gonna start arresting people. They're starting to go to people's doors. Why are you posting this? Why are you posting that? Did you mean to say this online and blah blah blah? FBI knocking on your door to ask you questions about your freedom of speech. Get the fuck out of here. This is scary. This is starting to get scary, and I don't like it. And Americans need to step up. If you don't like being an American, get the fuck out. Go.
How many
leave.
accounts have you lost?
Me?
Yeah.
A few, like
That's
maybe
what I
7.
mean. That's what I mean. Were you saying some crazy shit?
Crazy shit. You know,
Like-
schmack
yeah.
schmeans. You know, I
Same.
can't say it
I
now.
lost at least 2 accounts just for saying HCQ. like for real. I lost accounts just for putting a video of me in the mall once, walking without a mask on. And everybody was masked in the mall, and I lost an account. So it's like I'm on my 4th TikTok account. I just started it today, and I don't care. I don't care about the fall. It's an easy place for me to edit. It's
I
just
don't care about the
wild.
following.
I don't care about that. It's wild that we're getting taken down for saying things, but if I were to like big up Big Mike, I actually got taken down for that video. One time.
It's crazy. It is
absurd.
crazy. This is what my family left. Because you're not allowed to say things. You're not allowed to practice certain religions. You're not allowed to. What the no. We're not doing this here in this country. This is the one, like, this brought so much hope to people. And now this hope is being diminished. It's being, the light, I don't want that light to go out of America. Like, it was a saving grace for a lot of people. And a lot of Americans don't understand what America has done for a lot of people. And it's changed their lives for the better. And you guys are like taking it for granted. Oh, we don't like this. We need more safety. We need this. Govern me harder. No, I don't want government. Less government. That's what we need. Less government. So that's what I got to say about that. How do we do it? How do we get our country back? How do we, the people, not the politicians, we, the people, how do we get it back?
Show up and take part.
We are the media. Just keep talking.
Even that.
Yeah.
Like, even we are the news now. Keep videotaping someone at the beach. Keep saying it on your mic as long as you can say it. Because it's really, unless people buy into the check, once they buy into the check and it becomes their livelihood. This is like one of the issues with like YouTube. With all these people have such a great thing to say, they cap their livelihood. And then they were making a living. They put time, they effort, all this stuff in making videos on YouTube. And then the channel doesn't allow them to have it anymore. Like, the channel just caps what they're allowed to say. And it was their livelihood, and it's all researched and all backed up. But just because, and it all seems to be, for real, the same viewpoints that get taken down again and again. And maybe that makes me think that the viewpoints that get taken down again and again are the viewpoints that other people aren't realizing that are getting taken down again and again. Like, they're not seeing it. They're not even knowing it's happening.
Misinformation. What? Who the fuck are you? Like, I don't care what is misinformation, what is information. It's just fucking posts. It's not going to change anything. Let us post whatever the fuck we want. Like, who are you guys? Like, who gave these motherfuckers authority to tell us what we can and can't say? Get the fuck out of here. No, we're not doing that. Not today, guys. No. You see some shit, say, hey, this is America. It's free. Let them do whatever they want. Mind your business. We got to cut the Karens out.
APP
Everyone
said
wants to be
Chaney
a
for
Karen
president,
nowadays.
Layla for Speaker of the House, and Abbie vice president. I'm a great vice president because I don't ever want to be the boss. Like, that would be perfect role for me.
Layla would be the press secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single
Or Speaker
day.
of the House.
I think it would be so funny,
That's what I
though,
said,
if you were
Speaker
the
of the
press
House.
secretary that showed up every day instead of like Jen Taki or whatever.
Pulaski, whatever Saki.
Whatever her
Pulaski.
or that black girl now.
It's just annoying, though. Like, come on. It's just fucking annoying. Oh, Hey, they
know.
have the Trump flag up on a beach. Like, really? What is this? It's a fucking America.
But that's the other thing too, is that when I have friends come to visit from other places and they come to Florida, they're like, people just have Trump flags in their yard. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, this is Trump country. Like people, they're like, they just have a Trump flag flying with the American flag and their house isn't vandalized. Yeah, because
No.
this is fucking America and everyone around here has a fucking gun. And if you want to step in their yard and no one knows who you are, there's a good chance someone's going to stand their ground. You better watch yourself.
So this HOA place, okay, where I work, they tried to get these people to pull down their Trump flag. And they were getting fined every day for having that Trump flag up. So the town came together and started paying and is continuously paying for him to have that flag up so he could pay the fines. So they're paying, the town is like literally paying his fines off just so he can have that flag up. That's like true, you know, neighborly love right
Homeowners
there.
associations are such bullshit.
They are.
Oh my
They
gosh,
are.
that's the most amount of communism.
Yeah.
There is a way
Period.
around. The only thing so far that I've found in the homeowners association that they don't have is like they don't have a certain rule that you can paint what you want in your moss. So people that have mossy driveways are writing like MAGA on their driveway because they don't, unless they come to clean it, then there's no rule about them not. So it's like people are
like
finding
that.
these little ways of being like,
Loopholes.
Damn the man.
or there was a guy with the boat that he couldn't fly the Trump flag. The HOA said no on his boat, so he had his boat wrapped in a Trump flag.
I had mine. No one said shit. I like pinned it on my screen. So when the light goes on in my balcony, like you could see it. So I pinned it on the balcony screen. HOA didn't say anything here. The apartment complex didn't say anything here.
Because
Nothing.
it's Florida.
hmm
Oh my gosh. When people should just be, it's like, oh my gosh, what has happened? What has happened to the world that it's like,
Oh my god.
Somebody
You
put a
like
glitch in the
Trump?
matrix. It's a
yeah, they're so
glitch.
sensitive. I feel like everybody's so fucking sensitive. Everybody's so soft. Everybody's more mad than the victim.
Yeah. Because everyone wants to be a victim.
Well, because that's the whole point of this theater, is to divide and conquer. Because if we're all
Victim, victim,
divided
victim.
over, you know,
That
race,
was the
gender,
swabby.
politics, all of it, yeah, we're so much easier to control.
If I have a swabby, I couldn't wait. Everyone out there could not fucking wait to get swabbed so that they could be told their common cold was something dangerous, and they were like, they couldn't wait. They were like,
Oh, they
so
couldn't wait to
excited.
put the DARPA in there.
They were just like, oh yay!
Mm-mm.
Guess what, you guys? This isn't just the run of the mill sniffles. I
Well,
stood in line.
They
speaking
gave
of that,
everybody the sickness
so
through
that
the
kind
fucking
of
swabs.
that messed with the sense of taste and smell, right? And then we had that Bird Box movie come out on Netflix, or was that before? I don't know, but somewhere in that time frame, the Bird Box
Right
movies,
after.
where it's all about like your sight, right? Well, this movie just came out; it's in the theaters now. It's called A Quiet Place Day One, and it's an apocalypse movie where the aliens come down and it's sound. So it's like, what are they doing with these senses and the apocalypse shit? Like, it's weird because it's like, okay, here's Bird Box 2.0, but instead of like a demon, it's like it's aliens, and we're gonna do the sense of sound now, or hearing.
Okay, so what about the whole blue screen thing that's going
Oh
around?
yeah, that's interesting.
That's pretty fucking interesting. This is a test. MK Ultra right there. A frequency
But
pitch that
wasn't
they just
that's
huh?
always the way my emergency screen's been my whole life. And when my
Mm-hmm.
computer would go out, it's always been a blue
Blue.
screen. Like that's always
It
what
just reminds me of
it's been.
Why
Microsoft.
blue? They could make it any color, but they chose to make it blue. Out of all the color spectrum, blue.
Well, probably because it's stimulating, because
Well,
blue
at least
light
it's not
stimulates, like,
purple.
you need it, because
I'd
blue
rather it
light
be
actually
purple.
activates your cortisol, your stress hormone. Like, you need it. That's why, like, in the morning, like, it starts with the red light, the sun does, but then the blue light comes through and that wakes you up. You have to have a little bit of cortisol to, like, get your body moving, but it keeps your cortisol level spiked. So if you're stressed out and you're stimulated, you're going to keep watching, because that's what we do, right? Like, we all sit in front of our screens. That's how we entertain ourselves now, whether it's your phone or your computer or your television. Like, we're always sitting in front of a blue screen. So it's to keep you stimulated, to keep you digesting and watching more. It's programming.
Fucking A, bro.
It's blue light. It's blue beam.
Blue beam.
It's blue roofs. It's blue. It's blue blood.
Yes, we belong together.
Oh, that I cannot stand if I grab a dead lighter more than once. If you're ever with, this will be the only time I litter. If we're like camping or something, and I keep picking up the dead lighter, I'll just chuck it into the woods.
Yep, or I'll pop it.
Like, I'll be so pissed. Like, good.
That's the hood thing to do. You just take it and pop it. The cheap lighters.
I watched a show. I spent too much time. Well, I didn't watch it. My wife watched it, and then I will say this. Sometimes she's watching things, and then I take in too much of them in my ear periphery, and then I become my own watcher of the thing, and then I spent way too much time. But I watched Love is Blind seasons, whatever the last season was.
The viral show.
I watched a season of it, and I watched the whole thing, and it made me like, some of the, I don't have to pick apart these people specifically, but it does make you think of, like, could you fall in love with someone sight unseen?
Yeah. I could.
And get married to them?
I don't know. It depends on how the energy is, like, after you meet, because you can have that chemistry through the mind, but when you meet physically, that's something. Because
kind of the idea of catfishing, right? Like, these people fall in love with people.
Yeah,
and then
but
sight unseen, though they're falling in love with a fake image, but still, then afterwards, when they realize they're catfish, they still have those feelings that, like, doesn't go away.
Not necessarily fake image, but you could tell about a person through their eyes if they're, like, abusive or if they're, like, genuine or they're nice. I can read people through their eyes, their aura, because through language, it's easy. Like, talk is cheap, motherfuckers. Talk is cheap. But when I see you in person and you don't act the same way you did when we were talking, just through that sense, but I have all my senses involved and it's not cohesive, then that will probably make me, like, not marry the person. But if it's all clicking and I see the person, it's hell yeah, we'll fucking get married. Let's do it.
I was thinking about myself, like, if I was on the show and I'm talking to someone through the wall, and then afterward, like, I was like, oh, what kind of, like, I would know certain things about them already, so I'd be able to get over it. Because I was like, oh, what about if it was like a butch chick, and I'd be like, nah, dog, that ain't. I was just like trying to put myself in it, and then I was thinking, oh shit, I wouldn't even do this show if I was like, and then like, because if I couldn't taste or smell, I can't taste or smell, so I feel like part of my sense, like, I couldn't date right now. If I were single, yeah, like if I were single right now, I wouldn't even try to date if I couldn't taste somebody or smell them.
The pheromones are so important to attraction, are they not?
Yeah, what about if I brought like someone around and I like was introducing you guys and I'm like, oh, look here, I'm dating them and they stunk. Like, I can't even smell my
But have you ever
dog's
just
squeaky
smelled
breath
somebody
right now.
that's not that they stink, it's just like
It's not your
the
smell.
right,
It's
not
not
your
supposed
smell.
to. It's like,
you know
it's
it's not
something
for
about
you.
it saying you're related. Don't fuck this person.
Or sometimes they just really fucking stink.
Yeah, sometimes
Or
people
our
smell
DNA is
so
just
good.
not supposed to mix. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm like, ugh.
It's like I'm vampire and they're werewolf and I smell like, oh my God, you smell like a fucking dog. Get the fuck out of here.
That is
kind
true.
of thing.
That's true. You smell like a wet dog. We are like, what?
And it's not even always unpleasant though. It's just like something off-putting.
Yeah. Where it's like, That's where
Yeah.
I always every race sometimes smells different to each race. And my black friends would always say that white people smell like bologna, and it always makes me laugh.
Baloney?
Wet white people smell like bologna, and it
Really?
always makes me laugh. The meanest way I ever heard this said is one of my girlfriends, she's like, "Oh, wet white people smell like wet dogs." That's what they like. Wet white people smell like
I
wet
don't.
dogs to her. And but the funniest way that I ever heard it was, "Damn, wet white people smell like bologna." And I just love this. But then this is what I think too when I smell people or like whatever. I'm like, gosh, what if they smelled like bologna and I couldn't even smell it because of my sense of
Right?
smell? Or
Oof.
like
That
I would,
sour smell.
yeah, or like just kissing someone. What about if they had the dank and you didn't know it because you had COVID tongue?
Yeah, that's scary.
That is
Yeah, so
scary.
I was just
Oh
thinking
my
of,
god, they have halitosis, like chronic halitosis, and I never knew.
yeah, or how much
Till
of
my
your
smell came
senses
back.
are telling you, like this person isn't for you. And so how much dating and people are hooking up that don't have their sense of taste and smell. I
Mm.
think it's weird.
Don't sleep with vaccinated people. That's all, yo. Make your life easier. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. See, but you were smart. You wore gloves every day to not mess with.
No,
You were
I'm not
smart.
fucking with DNA, bruh. Everyone asks me, why do you wear gloves while bartending? I'm like, oh, and for this reason, I don't want bar rot. Like, it's
Yeah,
a
you
thing.
want to keep nice hands.
Yeah, I want to have nice hands. And I don't want your DNA. And I tell the people who know, like, they're like, really, why do you wear it? I'm like, because I don't want fucking vax DNA all over up in my fucking skin organ. I'm like, no, it's okay. No, I'm not touching dirty saliva glasses of the vaxxed. It's like, ugh, that demon spell,
Well, that
the
sounds good,
demon
Jay.
juice, the demon
I
jizz.
have another, like, I like to have fresh breath all the time. And I can tell because I can taste my fresh breath. I can't. And
Mm,
so even chewing gum is weird. And so it's like, I don't know. It really is blowing my mind. It's a sense that I didn't give enough credence to. It's blowing my mind how much of my everyday life and a little bit of happiness is attached to it. Like
I hope you,
craving food
I
and
hope you get it
eating
back
it.
soon, 'cause that
Bro.
sucks. Did you do that burnt orange and cinnamon thing? Orange peel, burnt orange or something? What was it?
Somebody sent me a message last night and they were like, vinegar and honey. There's something in it that like
Mm,
gets your taste buds to come back. Mix it together. I could taste the heat of the vinegar and I could like feel that there was sweetness in the honey after. It's
mm.
almost like a scientific experiment just of like, what is this going to be like? Everything I put in my
Is this
mouth.
gonna help? Yeah. Well, have you tried the miracle fruit? You said you had some, didn't you?
I feel like I have it somewhere and I don't know where. Like I have a bag of it. It's like in a Ziploc.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's freeze dried or what.
So I have this video of this man from Albania who is an herbalist, and he takes dry herbs, flowers, different types of flowers, and makes tinctures. He has specific 3 blends of these flowers that I have to translate and figure out what the flowers are, and will kill any cancer within 16 hours. And he sells this to people in Albania, and it's just 3 simple herbs, and within 16 hours, whatever is doesn't belong in your body, it's gone. And I'm
Just
just
make
like,
sure
what
when
the
you do
fuck?
find out whatever it is, don't use
Uh-huh.
the word cure, because what second you do, that's like they'll start fucking taking it off the shelves, because
Mm-hmm.
they wrote the law saying that pretty much a cure has to be created in a lab by a pharmaceutical company. So it has to be regulated by the FDA.
Did you see Trump and what he said about big pharma?
Said what?
I couldn't view that.
He's like, well, sicknesses and autism and all these other things have been going up in the past couple years in alarming numbers. And he's just pretty much going on about like, what the hell is going on? We need to figure out what's going on with big pharma. They have too much power pretty much. And he's pretty much saying what the reason is, the schmack schmeans of it all. So he originally was an anti-schmack schmeener on Twitter. So I think it's on a good path that, you know, he's bringing it up because something is going on and we know what's going on. But yeah, he called him out, which I like.
It is a start. I'm just so, it's about to be August, the end of the month.
Oof, I don't want to hear that.
Summer.
I go back to my regular
Well, I
job
get
on
summer
August
to
1st.
like, we have summer to like November, December even sometimes.
I have summer all year. I am pretty lucky.
Yeah, lucky.
It's just the
Not here.
I'm where the
About that. I'm like,
I'm where the
beginning of the
tropics
school year,
begin.
it's chaos for me.
Yeah.
School year.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
When
I was
you're,
like,
like,
it would
one of
be
the only
nice to
two
be a
people who-
teacher.
It is actually, like, but now
I
that
like
I don't
smoking
teach, I
weed.
love my job. It's easy, but like the whole first month, because I'm one of the only two ITs for our district, like everything's broken. Nothing's been used for 3 months. Nobody knows how to
Oy.
fix it. Nobody can plug things in. Nobody knows how to turn something off and try to turn it back on. Like, and then
I'm
I have to
like,
deal with the parents and students too. So it's like it's so many
a
levels.
lot. Yeah. I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to be a teacher, but then I weigh the options. The youth of our future versus marijuana smoking. Youth of our future or marijuana smoking. And I
If
like
you
smoking
have
marijuana.
if you had your medical, it wouldn't matter.
Really? I
Yeah,
could still be a teacher.
because you would have a medical license to do
Reason.
it. So they can't
Oh. So I could be a pot smoking teacher.
yeah, you just can't smoke pot at school.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, damn. So that means I can't bring my weed pen to work. Okay, fuck. That's when I would need it, dealing with kids.
Yeah, you wouldn't want the drug dogs to find that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they bring drug dogs to schools?
Look at my face with drug dogs. No one is fucking training a dog to find marijuana. No one is spending the money to train a dog to find marijuana. No one.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Huh?
No one is. A dog can't smell a whole bunch of things. So dogs can be trained to smell like in a genre of things. So like a cadaver dog is never going to be a bomb squad dog. And so they train to like smell gunpowder. That's a certain kind of dog that can smell that. And so having a dog smell marijuana is a waste of money. Nobody's ever
German
calling
Shepherds?
They catch it in kids' cars like that all the time though, because the dogs like don't just go through the schools; they go through the fucking parking lot.
It's all bullshit. It's just some dildo cop with his German Shepherd. They're not trained. I just have friends that train dogs, sniffing dogs, and it's so expensive to train one of these dogs to do it right that nobody's paying the money on the other end to have a marijuana dog. So it doesn't behoove dog trainers anymore to train marijuana dogs. And no offense to canine officer dogs, that's really just some cop's dog. They go through some training and they're like, here's me in my suit, but they're not.
So they just
dogs.
bring a dog and say, oh, my dog pinned your car and said that there's just for the fucks.
Yeah, because the
of
second
it.
you admit or the second they're allowed in your car, then they're allowed in your car. It's like depending on what your rights are in your state. But that's why so much stuff isn't admissible.
You know, I'm glad we have cops, but, you know, I don't trust the fucking cops either, because if shit goes down, guess what? We're fighting the cops. You know that, right? Because the cops fight for the government, not for the people.
cops and sheriff are two totally different things. So, well, like cop, the word, but police officers and sheriff are different. Sheriff are voted in usually, and cops work for the corporation of the township or city.
Part of the
So
Yeah, but if
fraternal order
shit
of
were to go
police.
down, let's say civil war, guess what? We're going to be fighting against those people. No? The sheriffs, the cops, the police officers.
I don't think they all necessarily even stand together. That's what
I
I'm
agree with
saying. I
that.
think the police officers and the sheriff, it's like the laws that they kind of do, but their jurisdiction's very different from each other. And then there's some police departments and sheriff departments that they will stand with the people. Like you see it in places like Texas where they're having issue with their border right now, where there was a certain set of laws being said by the federal government, and eventually the cops were like, fuck this noise. I'm here to protect my people. And
Yeah.
so I just think that's where the rubber meets the road. But martial law means there's no rights over you either. Like the cop, if there's martial law, bitch, there's martial law. Who's Marshall? Like
Eminem.
like
I mean,
yeah,
they
but
all made us lock up inside of our fucking houses, and we voluntarily did it.
I don't know anyone that did that.
What? Lock
I
ourselves in
I
our
don't know any
house?
I don't know any cops that enforce that.
Oh no, well, I'm saying we voluntarily all like went inside and like shut down the world
Our
because they told
town,
us to.
I think the mayor said that he or actually one of the law firms here in town, during all of that said if anybody got cited for it and got in trouble, they would fucking fight it, and they would take those people on as clients for free and fight it. So they never enforced it here.
Huh. New York City? The first like couple days, 4 or 5 days, after a week, it lightened up. But that first week, you didn't see people out at all. And I go out, I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking dead out. Like, not a soul. Not a soul. But then you would see like cars driving here and there. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit. I'm about to bounce, you know? But where to go? Everything was fucking shut down. And everyone was scared to hang out with each other. I'm like calling people, hey, you want to hang out? They're so fucking. I'm like, really? I'm like, you really gonna buy this shit right now? And they're like, what are you talking about? The whole world shut down. No one wanted to hang out with each other until finally they said, just make sure you take proper protocol and not have more than 4 people in your house. They were telling you how many fucking people you were allowed to have in your fucking dwelling.
What got me the most was like the people were like, oh, my kids wanted to see their grandparents so bad, and so we just looked. They went and saw each other through the window, and my child just sat and cried. And it's like, y'all are fucked up. You got me.
They were
fucked
hugging
up
each
over
other
that.
through plastic bags.
People went outside hospitals and turned their lights on for nurses.
Oh, not only that, in New York City, they took their pots and pans out the window at 7 o'clock and for the nurses. Ding, 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 ding. The whole fucking New York City. Imagine that. And all you heard was that echoing through the fucking streets of New York City. And then it slowly diminished little by little. I was like, oh, fuck the nurses now. Thanks. But you did your job. Oh, my God. Insanity.
Oh my gosh, you almost said what's the we should say Magog.
They're coming out with a movie. You know that, right?
Magog.
A Gog Magog movie. It's coming out soon.
White. Was it the Corona?
It looks pretty fucking crazy too.
Virus response team. Is that what it's called? TTT White House COVID-19 response team. What was it called beforehand, though? That's Joe Biden's presidency. Oh, the coronavirus task force. DDDD. Okay, this is what I have to show you guys that I think is so interesting. Let's look who made all those decisions. It was the White House Coronavirus Task Force. Let's see who are the members of the White House Coronavirus Task Force. D D D D D.
Who?
Oh, look, it's Mike Pence and Deborah Birx and Vice Admiral Jerome Adams and Alex Izar and Stephen B. Gunn and Robert Blair and Ben Carson and Francis Collins and Ken. And so when people are like, I think Trump will pick Ben Carson. No, he won't. He won't pick anyone on this COVID response team because they are all put there and given enough rope to hang themselves. This is the people who made all the decision to lock your country up. And it says all their jobs that they had. And these are all the names. And this is all the people who embezzled the money. And not one of these people is Donald Trump. It is all led by none other than your vice president. But what's a vice president do? Well, the chair of the White House Corona Task Force, Mike the Penis, the Fly Pence. But we'll see if it comes up again. If any of these names come back into the zeitgeist. Oh,
Trump
look at who else
Pence.
is on here. Oh, look who else is on here. Fouch. So I just think
Trump picked Pence. He picked Pence for a reason. He put Pence there just like everybody else he puts on a spotlight for a reason. He chose Vance. Why did he choose Vance? He is CIA. Maybe like we said earlier. Keep your enemies close.
Magog. And we wouldn't know his name. So you said there's a movie coming out?
Yeah, Gog and Magog movie. It's pretty fucking dope.
What?
It looks yeah. Put Gog and Magog movie trailer.
Movie.
Unless it's some fucking AI shit, but I hear talks of it everywhere. Gog and Magog movie trailer.
Gog Magog trailer part 2, 2 weeks ago. Do you think we can watch it?
Yeah.
Let's watch it. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to watch it. Movie trailer with you guys. Let's get in trouble on YouTube.
This is hadiths, not Islam. Okay? They say Gog and Magog is from Islam, but it's hadiths.
Rumble. Is that like a sequel to the Left Behind movies or what? Because I don't know.
I don't know, but that looked good. It looks like a good movie.
I thought that too. I thought it was really interesting that they went with them looking all like clowns. I thought that was interesting too.
And they're just probably really dirty and we don't know what's underneath there. That could be too.
Will you explain the Gog and Magog?
Well, from what I know in Islam, it talks about how these beings will come out of a mountain, out of like a cave, and it was sealed, and that they would come in from the west and consume everything in their sight. It's like one of these creatures can take on like 15 humans, and it's like it'll destroy anything in its path. And that Jesus will appear, and the ones, because the Antichrist will be around at that time, and many people will think that he's Jesus, but the true Jesus will come. This is all in Islam, and that only a few people will be seen because he will turn away many people and say, I do not know you, because of the way that they live their lives, in a sense.
These all look like the Gog and Magog. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the ones who will know won't even. The ones who know will know who Jesus is. The ones who are blinded and who've like lost their chance in being saved, won't, even if they see him, they won't know that it's him. So Jesus saves whatever people he can that he's allowed. These people are allowed to see him, and he takes them up in the mountains, and that's where these people are saved, high up in these mountains somewhere. I don't know where exactly. It goes in depth and in detail, but yeah, he's coming back apparently. But this is hadiths. Okay. It doesn't talk about this in Gog and Magog in Islam. It does talk about Jesus returning, but it doesn't talk about Gog and Magog. Now
So
in
is this
Hadiths,
legend only from the Hadiths?
yes,
I've
and
heard
Also
they
in the
about it too.
Bible.
implement it. Yeah, they
It's in the Bible
implement
as
it
well,
in
Abbie.
Islam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the Bible, it's more seen that like a ruler or a leader is supposed to like is Gog is coming. That's it's talking about a person or a tribe or whatever rising up out of the land, but Magog is supposed to be the land that they're from, or it is from,
It's just
and it
interesting.
is all part of the end times theology, the eschatology or whatever. But
Apparently they know where this mountain that's sealed is, and I think it's somewhere like in the I guess Turkish area.
I was
I
gonna say
wouldn't say in
Turkey,
the
right?
Asian
I
area,
I would think
around
so.
there. Uh-huh.
A lot of the mountains are in Turkey. It seems like.
Yeah, they found it and they found like this like very flat, like sealed off with ice type mountain.
So in the
So I don't know.
Bible, Gog is from Magog is supposed to invade Israel, and
Hmm.
they're supposed to go up on the mountain and invade Israel and like surround it, but on all sides, and God
Uh,
Himself will like level the mountains and like wipe out the entire army. And most Bible theologians believe that Gog is supposed to be the leader of Russia, and Magog is like Moscow area. So, like, it's supposed to be a Russian person, like Russian
yeah, like
president, Russian, yeah,
Turkestan or something like that.
yeah. And so it's supposed like the prophecy is all about how it's supposed to surround Israel. Israel's like has no hope, and then God Himself will wave His hand and freaking level the mountains and like wipe out the entire army.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Israel's not supposed to have the temple, and once they build it, it's going to be destroyed anyway. So
Do you think you could make Magog great again?
Ooh.
I think that's
There's
what they're
some
trying to
Sounds
word
do with
there.
interesting.
this movie.
And what about Gaga Magaga Mar-a-Lago? Somewhere there's a word there too. Like somewhere the Magog. Make America great once again. Magog.
Magoo, go blind.
Interesting wordplay.
You take the again out because yeah, the small cut, it's Magog. If you took make America great once again and just made a gain,
Uh-huh.
it's so close to that. It's a little weird.
Interesting times. Do you guys honestly think something like Gog Magog can happen? I don't think so.
I think anything can happen. That's what I'm at the point where I'm like, vampires, yeah, they're probably real.
I don't know about that.
Um,
Yeah, but I
you
don't know.
know, why couldn't it happen?
Zombies,
I
doesn't
don't
it
think
seem
anything's
like
gonna
the
wipe out the
Magog?
whole world. I think it'll be so much smaller scale. Like I feel like
Nah,
that's what we see with the
this
whole.
is like worldwide from what I understand in the like
Well, I get
Hadiths
that, but I'm
version.
just saying. Well, it's all supposed to be. It's supposed to be like
Yeah.
the apocalypse, the end of the world, right? As we know it. But my point is, every prediction like that we see that's projected into the reality mirror, we see a little fraction of it. Like we'll see it a little bit in reality,
I
but
have a toy I want to make.
Mm.
Somebody out there run with this gumption of this toy. It would be really cute. Remember Popples? Like they were like a toy and you could like
yes, I love
fold them
Popples.
inside themselves. They were
I
like a
had a
ball.
purple one.
What about if there was like a toy or they had another animal? I feel like they were called like snuffleups and they were like two animals mixed together where it was like a butterfly elephant. What if there was a
Wasn't
cute stuffed animal that
Snuffleupagus
you
a
have
snuffleup?
that was also like an apocalypse creature? So it like you could fold it inside. It was like, oh, look at a cute elephant. But if shit hits the fan and you like fold it inside itself and it's elephants, a machine gun trunk, and
Huh.
like like if it was cute on one side, but it was apocalypse ready on the other, just in
Uh,
case. Sorry. Go
dope.
on. I just interrupted the Magog.
It'd be like
See?
having a little pink gun, right?
Yeah, it would be like dependent on your animal. You might have a butterfly, but then you flip it inside out and its wings are like razor blades.
I want a little pink
we
Beretta.
we love
It'd be
you.
cute.
We love you. Says I love the show. We love you.
We do. We really do love you.
Yeah, guys.
I
I'm
know.
trying to
Yeah.
read. I'm
We're
like going
excited if
blind.
anyone makes it on Sunday.
Right?
And it seems like it's less and less. And I really hate that Twitter. I was excited. I just said the week before, like, find us on X. It seems to be a place that they'll let us put up whatever. No, only check marks can go live now on X.
Because check marks make you so elite.
Well, this is the other thing too. Does it make it the same way as the masks and like the sitting inside plastic bubbles? The people who had money to eat at the restaurant wouldn't have to wear their mask, but the people that work at the restaurant always have to wear their mask. So it sets up this elite class, which is exactly what they always want, and that's what the blue check mark is as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I refuse to like ever get one. And if they give me one, they give me one. But I will never go out of my way to like, yeah, let me pay for a check mark. I will never do that.
I won't ever do that either.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I won't do that on any of the apps. Would you like to advertise something? When I see somebody push to me, I'm like, they pay this app to push this to me. That is wild.
Yep. The only blue check mark that I will pay for is if like I make cooking videos or like fucking like bartending videos, like, you know, stuff for like content, like non-conspiratorial. Yeah. Like I'll do
Well,
that.
the only reason why I'd even be tempted, like on Instagram, is like I've had people make a fake account and then like copy my account and then put up like take my pictures and everything and then put up an OnlyFans, and it's like, y'all, I would charge more than $7.99 a month for my fucking OnlyFans. That is definitely not me. So
Yeah.
just saying, I would sell my
Oh my
freaking
god.
nudes for a lot more than that.
Yeah, fuck that. $7.99. The fuck
So I
out
was
of
like,
here.
that would make me want to check mark just so that way, like, that's
So you
me.
can
The
verify your
original check
shit.
mark is from the PayPal. So it's from the
Yeah.
PayPal. That's the original $2,500 you were going to get charged. And they couldn't charge you unless you verified yourself and attached your bank account, which that's what
Yeah.
PayPal was. So it was like, oh. And then you have to abide by a certain set of rules. Then people get nervous. Then they're like, oh, I'm being hidden by the thing. Then you're watching content creators and they're posting shit like, what's your favorite color? Because they're just now looking for that interaction and the clicks. And so it's like they're no longer coming with an actual article. They're not coming with research. They're not coming with anything. It's like kind of how, you know, just a repost and then felt.
Yeah.
And they're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So they could take your unverified thing and repost it and put felt and they could get paid for it.
Well,
But that's how I think they have these certain few people there. It's the same as the OnlyFans, in my opinion. They give you a couple famous people that they let you know about that are making the living on these platforms because that's the way they get everybody else to go to the platforms.
Yeah.
So it's all just a ruse that there's like these people that remember at the beginning how these certain few people all put out paychecks. Look, I'm getting paid from X. Here's my check. I'm getting paid from X. That was like pushing it. So then all of the normal people were like, I should go get my blue check mark. I want to get paid from X. But to do that, I have to let the PayPal into the back door.
What if this is all for that social credit score thing and like, you know, people starting to get verified and have their information on there and which posts are they posting? It's slowly going into that. Guys, it's slowly going into that. Everything's gonna be digital ID, digital this. It's gonna be fucking China.
We're not
Gonna be
allowing that.
China.
Not on my timeline.
You can't jaywalk. You can't cross the street when it's a red light or you get penalized for that. Are you kidding me?
Highest possible timeline.
If
for
there's no
everyone.
cars, I want to walk across the street. No, but you got to wait until the fucking signal changes and then you can cross. Even if there's no cars. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna tell you in my car, if I sit at a red light too long and there's no one around, I'm like,
Do I do it?
I won't be told what to do by
Oh,
this
I
light
all
in
the
the middle of
time.
nowhere.
This stoplight, like right before my work,
I will
like
just
for a
go
left
right through it.
turn. Yeah, there's like a left turn, and like
Just make sure
if
there's
there's
no camera
nobody,
there.
if the
I don't give a fuck.
arrow isn't there and there's like no oncoming traffic, I am not waiting for a whole fucking other cycle. I just go
The
as
best,
long as
and
no
just so
cops
you
are around.
guys know, if you're in one of those towns that do have the cameras at the lights and you're ever driving someone else's car, it could be your best friend, it could be your lover, it could be your mother. If you're ever driving someone else's car that's in someone else's name and you run a red light, because they don't have to incriminate you to say it wasn't them. So anyone that, if just so you know, if you ever get a picture of a red light and it's not you driving, you don't pay that ever, ever, ever. And so it's even funnier if you don't have to incriminate somebody else to say, I'm not going to pay this. I don't know who that is. I don't know. You don't need to know my
Yeah.
sex life. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to know who's coming and going
Mind
out
your
of my red
business.
room. Yeah. I don't know who
Yeah.
it is. And so if it's not you and they can look at your license and tell it's not you, then you don't have to pay that. But I just think it's funny if you're in somebody else's car that you take advantage of it. So if they're going to get a ticket in the mail with a picture of you, make it good. Be like, ah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, fuck the government.
Or get a
So
sign,
funny.
put it on the side while you pass it. Fuck the government. Holding it
Just
up
run
with a
red
smile
lights.
on your face.
Just put it in your window right then. Be
Yeah.
like, it wasn't me. You put a
No,
mask on.
smile.
Yeah. You have the Nafella.
Uh-huh.
So stupid. Anyways, what else is going on in the world? I guess we're gonna wait next week. We'll see who's starting to throw
Oh,
their
you know
hats
who
in.
died?
Ooh.
That girl who from The Shining. The lady, Popeyes.
Oh
The
yeah,
lady who
Oh
played
yeah, that was
Popeye.
early. Yeah, that
olive
was,
oil.
Oh yeah.
Olive Oil was the first. Shelley
Yeah.
Duvall was the first in all the series.
Oh really?
Yeah, she died before Dr. Ruth and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know. I just found out today.
Yeah, Shelley
But did we
Duvall. She
talk
was
about it or no?
I think her name was said on Friday. It was
Oh.
a blip. We said
Oh.
the lady who was Olive Oil. Maybe even
Oh.
last Friday, Sunday.
Yeah,
Oh damn, that was a while ago. How did I just find out now? I was like, oh my God.
It just came
yeah.
across your feed.
It was
Whoops.
with the whole
Yeah.
Dr. Ruth and all that too.
Yeah, but I feel
Mm.
like and then the Fandango guy jumped out of a building or was thrown out of a building or something. That was a weird death. And,
Yeah. And then, you know what else was weird? Some guy in Florida, some big shot in Florida. I forgot what part, but apparently he had hit, he was being investigated, and then he tried having his wife murdered, and then he got killed because there was like something happening. I forgot his name, but this is like a big story. Like he's a big guy.
is it the Salt Life thing?
I don't know. I think so.
Because the Salt Life family is a whole crazy tale too.
Yeah. Some weird shit is happening with that.
And they probably look like the Hogans or the Carters.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is some shit. If you were gonna take, like, you had to make it's so funny how Nick Carter just screams Florida to me. You know who else screams Florida to me? And she
He
can
screams
try to look Beverly
pedophile.
Hills all she wants. Paris Hilton just screams Florida to me. Like there's something
Nick
like no matter how fancy she is, she just has that little bit of Florida trash about her.
Nick
And she
Carter's
was on a picture with fucking Nicole Richie today. So I'm like, what are these whores up to? Salsa.
Nick Carter gives brother fucker pedophile to me. That's what he gives me.
That I wonder
believe
about
his
Aaron.
brother. Yeah, I believe his brother.
Aaron's part of the bathtub rituals.
Yeah, I
That's what
believe
I
his
put
brother.
him. You know how there's like red scarf club, red shoe
Rest in
club.
peace.
Aaron's bathtub rituals. But
Yeah,
his mom
poor
fucks
kid.
him up too. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like the way his mom was always around him, even going on Dr. Phil. Like, who is Dr. Phil? He's from Oprah.
Well,
Yeah, he
Dr.
is.
Phil put on that episode of a girl who was actually trafficked hardcore like a serious fucking like story of her being trafficked to the elite, and she couldn't say names or anything like that, but you could see like the like she's done, like, I don't know, the
Trauma.
MK Ultra on, yeah, the trauma, the brainwash on her, like you could see it, like a different type of person. It's just like a weird human being. And after that show, they took that show off his like list of shows that he has, but they tried to take that show down. He was criticized for that show. A lot of shit happened because of that show with him. And then Bad Baby talking about how he traffics women at that facility that they take him to rehabilitate the girls. A lot of like weird shit happened there. So I don't trust these people.
Even that name. Bad Baby.
Bad Baby. BH kids. The whole Russian conspiracy around that.
I still also do like anytime, like that was my OG, what I thought of every time when it was like the government says you have to stay inside your house. I did like Catch Me Outside. How about that? I will give that girl credit. I'm like, that's one of the good ones. Yeah, my brain is like splintered today. I can't believe the world, but it feels as within, so without. It's totally been a full moon. My life is wild.
Oh my god, I know.
Gog Magog.
Fucking wild right now.
Oh my
Every time
god.
somebody says, "Oh my god,"
I feel like I have so many climaxes
my
right
God.
now.
Oh my
It's just like, not in a good way, just like, you know, the storyline climax.
Hold on, I have to see what we have to go forward to unravel again. I need to know what Kamala tells me. One more time.
What was it?
Unburden.
Unburdened to be burdened.
Let's see again.
Unburdened by what has been, what can be. Unburdened by what has been, what can be. Unburdened by what has been, what can
Amen.
be. Unburdened by what has been, what we can see, what we believe can be. Unburdened by what has been, what can be. Unburdened by what has been.
Y'all, I really want you guys to all find it because there is
I feel like
4 minutes of different tones, different. You have to watch her face when she does it. Like sometimes she has masks on. Sometimes
I
she
just
shuts
saw that
her eyes.
video before you came, like before this episode, actually. So it's
Me
weird that
too.
you even brought that up tonight.
Yeah,
Did
me
one of you
too.
guys share it in our?
I
No.
put it in my story. I put it in my story. But
Okay, so
that
that's
is
where I
the
saw it.
small version. That's a blip. That is nothing. That's just someone stitching it, a guy stitching himself saying, "Can we become unburdened for what has been?" But there
remember
is
watching the guy do it.
actual 4 minutes of just Kamala saying this.
Her
Like, you
saying
guys,
it.
I was thinking we should all stitch ourselves, like in solidarity of her, like
Not
taking
making
this new
sense.
role. Everybody should stitch like a Kamala ad and just do themselves, saying it over and over again, trying to practice at least a part, and then just uploading it to their social media. Can we
I'm gonna do it
become
for fun.
unburdened by what has been? Become
Can we?
unburdened by what was it's like she even tries. It's almost like you see the words written like on magnets on her fridge, and then she just moves them around and says them
Can
everywhere.
we
Poetry magnets.
become unburdened by what has been?
Just like
Can
that's
we?
some poetic shit right there.
Can
Oh my
you?
god, she loved
Can
it.
you be unburdened? Can you
Can
be?
we be
Can you be unburdened?
unburdened by what has been? She has this like shaky quality to her throat. I'm gonna figure it out, and it's not southern. It's like she has this like crack about the back of her throat that it's gonna be a weird one.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can
there
you
is a
be
bit of-
unburdened?
Can we become
Can we
unburdened by
be
what has
unburdened
been?
by
Will we
what has
become
been?
unburdened by what has been?
Can we be unburdened by what has been?
Oh
See
my
how
god!
you can't stop saying it. It's like you want to practice it. Say it like Trump. Can we become unburdened by what has been?
By what has been?
The biggest unburden, the greatest unburdening.
I have ever seen. Oh man.
And then
Well,
Joe, it'd be like, become unburdenable. I don't know. I just think we're in a place of ridiculousness and we have to treat it with that kind of ridiculous.
yeah, like literally, like it's a
agree.
fucking movie. Like literally, they say it, but watch it like a movie.
Watch it like a movie, but every time it's doing it, just be like, Gog Magog.
Yeah, like.
Gog Magog. Because if you're
Oh
not supposed to
man.
use the Lord's name in vain, you should just Gog Magog.
Yeah. Gurmagurg.
Gurg Magog. We
Mr.
should
Gurg
change the
McGurg.
Omer into Gog
Gurgamagurg.
It's so stupid.
Gurgamagurg.
And I even picture the little thing, the little like
Let's
drawing.
make that a thing.
But we'll make a little drawing of Gurg McGurg.
Gerg Murgurg. Murgurg.
Yeah,
We have the mur in there. The mur, the mar.
I like it. Gurg McGurg.
I love it.
Yeah, OM.
Armagurg.
OG.
OM Gog.
Oh my Gog Magog.
Oh my God, Magog. I like it.
Yeah. Oh my Gog Magog.
That's Jay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see. I'm going blind.
Oh my goodness. It's so
Oh, you're looking at a
silly.
tiny screen.
Yeah, I am. Just like
Gog Magog is a good name for a beer.
even a restaurant.
It couldn't be a
God.
lager though. It had to be like
Let's go to the Gog and Magog.
It
some
sounds like
Magog.
a night bar.
Uh-huh.
Like
The Gog and Magog.
last word. Gog Magog. What?
No,
We have no respect.
Garg and Magog.
Gurg McGurg.
Fucking stoners.
I just think it's so funny because imagine how long this is the scariest thing of all time. When we tell them about the Gog Magog, they're gonna shit their pants.
This is
And
the
this
new
is how
apocalypse.
we
right?
are.
Or
Shot.
the old
Like we've come
apocalypse.
too far. This week has put us over the edge. Then we see the Gog Magog. We even saw the video and we're like, is this the Gurg Magog?
You said a bar, right?
Yeah.
You said a bar? Yeah, we'll name drinks like we'll name the Jesus. We'll name another drink the Gog, and then the Magog, and then like the different characters of that time. You know, the Islam, the Bible.
Oh my gosh. Will someone make a Keck frog that's Frog Magog?
Oh
Frog
shit!
McGurk.
It should have its own page.
Frog
Frog
Magog.
Magog does need
Yeah.
its own page. Or Dog Magog battles Frog Magog. What about if it's a Frog Madog? And that's what the battle is.
Madog. Is that what Madonna should have
Frog
been?
Madog.
Madog.
It's
My
just a
dog.
I see the
battle.
spells,
Madonna.
y'all.
It's a whole bunch of dogmen and a whole bunch of frogmen. Like the frogs are raining down and the dogmen, and people are like, oh my gosh. And that's what the dogmen that people see are. They're just like lone Madogs. Oh my gosh, that's a good dog name.
Shiba
Dog
Inu.
Dog.
Let's go, Shiba Inu. Let's go.
Oh my Lanta. I'm sorry we took it here. This went a little off the rails. This went
I had a friend who named their dog Dog, and I was like, "What's Dog?" It's like, "That's how you spell dog."
I've met this dog.
Oh! I heard something totally different, not D-O-G. I heard D-O-G. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting name, D-O-G.
That's how he says it. Dog.
I love it.
Like he's like say it like words instead of like
That's
letters.
so fucking weird,
like,
but I
"That's
love it.
Fucking clever. Yeah, I thought it was cute.
D-O-G. Oh my god, I love that. Why do I love that?
I loved it too. I was like, "You fucking dork," but that's awesome.
Yeah. Like, how would I say my name?
That's Rye's dog's name.
Elijah.
That's funny.
Elijela. No, Elijela. I don't know. That's weird. I like that though, DOG.
Dog.
Mm-hmm. Dog
Dog. I
comms.
like
Brittany with
dog
her new
Magog.
dog comm and their tutus.
I couldn't see it. None of the links
Yeah,
were
she
working for me
posted it
earlier.
today. New dog comm of her little doggies with their little tutus.
Brittany's mad. She seems
Brittany
mad
said,
right
"Kiss
now.
my ass."
She is
And
mad.
this is something I just have to say. I never hooked up with a girl with such a tiny butt like Brittany. She has like a weird, tiny little hiney that I
She
can't
does.
even. It's like her actual crack of her ass is too short for me.
She keeps posting something about her ass, and I'm like,
Like if I saw her naked, I'd be like, huh.
She said, "Kiss my ass." I'm like, "Oh, yes, girl. I like that."
She's like, kiss my ass. And then when I looked at her ass, I was like, that butt crack's too little.
It's not
I've never
Brittany.
thought she had a cute butt.
That is not Brittany. It's not.
No,
We
something
know.
whatever's going on with that account is attached to whatever we saw. This is how
Russia.
crazy I am. Whatever we've been watching go on in the political theater and the zeitgeist has to do with Brittany's account.
Russia.
And there's
Telling
John
you,
McAfee's been
the
on
real Brittany is in Russia. That's where I think she is.
with
If she's not dead.
Let's go to Russia, y'all.
I
Let's
mean,
figure it out.
seems pretty cool out there. Everything's like non-chemical. Food's real. Food's healthy. Banned a lot of fucking unhealthy shit that doesn't belong in your body there. Pharmacies, whatever you need, if you need it, it's there. You don't need a prescription.
A lot of my
Doctors, you can
favorite
see whenever
authors
you
are from
want.
there.
You don't have to wait 3 fucking weeks to go see a fucking specialist for something. Because the doctors there, they know it all. So you have your doctor in the town that knows it all. You don't need to go to different specialists. That's what a doctor is. They know everything about the human body. But now we have a doctor for this, a doctor for that, a doctor for your
compartmentalized.
toe, a doctor for your pointer finger, a doctor for your asshole.
They've paper clipped
Like,
your body together. I always say the real Operation Paperclip was everybody looking at NASA. When in the universities and in our medical system, that's where all the real Nazis were at work. Who gave a
Oh
shit
yeah.
about some redneck putting oh, it just makes me crazy. Nothing about rocket science is rocket science. It's
not that
redneck science.
sophisticated. Yeah.
It's not sophisticated. It is not sophisticated. It makes
Especially
me
when
nuts.
like wasn't that a true story about with Billy Bob Thornton, where he was like the redneck who fucking decided he wanted to shoot himself up to the moon, and so he created the rocket and ended up getting arrested for it because he was buying like jet fuel and stuff like that. Did you guys watch that movie?
No.
But I think it's based on a true story. Like some guy was like obsessed with it and couldn't work for NASA, so he like learned how to be a rocket freaking scientist himself, and he created a rocket with his son and tried to blast himself into orbit, bought like spacesuits and stuff like that on eBay, and had to do jail time.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Just because
Like
he wanted to
Elon,
put
if
himself in
you're a
orbit.
billionaire, you're totally allowed to do it. But
Yeah.
anyone else, no. You're not
Well,
allowed
because
to
we
do
can't let
that.
regular people have that kind of science. It's rocket science after all.
I know, but that's so crazy. In reality, it was like your body being compartmentalized and all of these like other things we're not allowed to talk about. Isn't that funny? If you say anything against any of the like you can say, "Oh, the moon's not real," but if you say you shouldn't stick any shim sham wacky vax inside your body, lose your channel. Isn't that
Yeah.
wild? Like that
what's wild?
just the idea of like I would say for me personally, out of everything, there was some time for real during the insurrection and the vote of that I lost accounts. There was things that I just feel like they took down my account really quick. But overall, a majority of my accounts that have been ever messed with is for medical misinformation. I get taken down for all the things we're
For
not allowed to
telling
talk
people to
about.
try common sense,
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
That's like
question
the
pretty
majority.
much.
the mainstream,
Candace said it
question
perfectly. If
everything.
you're not a conspiracy theorist by now, you're just not intelligent. You're really not. If you don't see the conspiracy everywhere by now, you're really fucking dumb. Like, that's all I gotta say. Like, you're really NPC'd, you're really indoctrinated, and you're blind. You're like blind in the head. Not like just the eyes, but like blind in the brain. Like, you can't see, like, anything. Like, even with your mental capacity, you can't see it.
I think what
So,
it is if you can admit that you don't know what the fuck's going on, your brainwashing's breaking. All the people that are brainwashed, they have a script they're running on. And they need all you to say all the parts of the script back, or they don't have answers anymore. It's
true.
like it's so crazy. It's like the second you're like, what the fuck is happening? Who what? What the fuck?
How
It's
is this
like
real?
yeah, it's like you're starting to fall away. And I saw somebody post it, and I wish I could give credit, but it was like I posted it somewhere, but it was like Kanye's last interview that he gave before like shit started to go awry. And he was saying pretty much what the simulation means to him. And he was like, a 2-year-old stands on a coffee table, on the table, and somebody's like, get off the coffee table. The 2-year doesn't know what coffee is or what a table is. It's just a fun surface to stand on. And the older we get, the world just gets walled with coffee tables. And it's just like that's kind of this idea of the simulation is like everything just becomes a set of rules. Like you're talking about jaywalking, like the light turning a certain color. Oh, it's April, you guys, it's tax month. It's like we all do these certain things. So like we all abide by like, oh, Black Friday. And like we're all on this little fucking script. And it's like if somebody it's like explaining the simulation that way to me, oh, I get it. We're in the fucking simulation. We have no idea what freedom is. We have no idea what liberty is. We have no idea what coffee or the table is. Like
Yeah.
they had our parents fenced in that we have no idea. Like so much of like what survival is, we have no idea what that even is.
Yeah.
They've broken us, but they tell us what it is. And then he says like they have us convinced that if they don't teach us, there's no class in school called futures. They have us only learning history. So that way we're convinced we repeat it.
Yeah. It's the
And I'm
smartest
like,
fucking, and next thing you know, he's fucking hospitalized. Isn't that when he went on that rant about like Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner and about his child and all this other shit? He was making those tweets when they went
I
viral.
don't know, but
Come find me in Oregon, I'm here. It was right after that show, I believe.
what a crazy, it's just like in the characters of the timeline. It's like in the characters of like we're all watching a movie. Kanye is curious to me. Like I'm always curious in the Kanye timeline. I really think
Yeah.
I'm convinced he's walking around with a robot right now. A Boston
Yeah,
Dynamics robot dressed as a lady. I'm
his
convinced
wife.
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think that's a real lady. I think that's a Boston Dynamics robot in flesh suit. Like, and he just plays dummy with it and walks the streets. Like, I don't think that's a person.
I mean,
who would wear
there's
that
a
shit?
possibility it could be a person. There's crazy out there, y'all. There's crazy, like the type of crazy to get to a point of like success, they will do anything. Like they shut their mouths about things that we can't even fathom, like to the point where they're fucking corpses and like doing crazy like fucking sex ritual magic like that you can't speak of. Like it's crazy, and you think like her walking around and whatever she walks in is like,
Oh, I don't
no,
care what
that's a
her
real.
outfit is. I think the way she walks, her body, her everything, like I've studied
I think
Boston
she's on
Dynamics
drugs.
robots, and I think that she is I on my old TikTok, I had a picture that I mocked that I said I think Biden is a Boston Dynamics robot, and it was like Boston Dynamics robot walking, then Biden walking. But that really, I think that about whatever that lady is. I don't care
So
what she's even
Boston
up to. I have no
Dynamics robot is an actual fucking company name of a robot company that makes these types of robots.
yeah. Like they make
Why
like
aren't
walking robots that can't fall over and like they could open doors and just talk to you. Like they make the dogs that you see in Black Mirror that they're like, this is a robot dog that can follow you anywhere and do all this stuff and
yeah,
have a gun in its head. That's Boston Dynamics.
interesting.
Let's
Very
see. We can pull
interesting.
up a commercial probably.
Yeah, let's do it. I want to see. There's a lot of people that don't know about this. A lot. A lot, a lot.
Okay, let's
Fucking
see.
A, rip the band-aid off, just literally.
Okay. Let's see. Oh no, what is happening? We might have to go through a couple of videos
This is
because
a
I'm just
simulation. This is fucking weird. This
It
is a
is.
simulation. This is weird to be reality.
well, let me turn. Look at this robot, Layla. That looks CGI as fuck to me.
Yeah, that looks totally fake. Busted.
I can't see if
Nothing
it's
real.
fake or not.
All right, we're gonna have to find other ones.
Interesting.
All right. Can you see this one, or do I have to come back there?
You have to go back. We only you see us.
Okay. Alice manipulates. Psh.
Oh, I've seen this. Oh, this is that company. Okay. Huh.
Look at this thing. Some things they walk like that to me. Like that's how Joe Biden walks. That's how like that lady, that like even her body, like it just seems like, oh, we can't have all the technology on her back. It'll look weird. Put it in her butt.
I mean, if they know how to fuck with plasma technology, I think it's very possible that they can create robots if they know how to like change the plasma structure and like implement it in this type of creation and add AI to that. Oh my God, you almost have a sentient being. Because
What would you
plasma is
do if that
everywhere.
thing's walking down the street?
Uh, don't they have them kind of like already
They
starting like
tried
with
to.
Uber Eats and the delivery service with the fucking robots? It's
Yeah.
starting slowly.
Well, they tried
Yeah.
to have it, I think, in San Francisco too. Like have fucking robots.
Self-driving cars that are like going in the
This is the
fucking
other
wrong
thing too. I
lanes.
think Boston Dynamics too. My brain goes two places. One, I think they show us things sometimes like this to keep us fearful, and really it's only CGI.
Yeah.
Like you're doing this kind of stuff and none of it's real. Or they show us like this kind of stuff to humor us because they're like, ha 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 ha, we have technology doing that exact thing inside their body right now. And they think, look at what we made, a big, huge robot that can move a weight.
Don't we have like images and videos of like in the 1910s maybe of this guy creating a levitation device on this fucking pogo stick looking thing, like, and he's just floating up in the like, God knows, like we're doing what they did back in the day, but with the type of the technology that they used back in the day, and it's like a repetitive cycle, and then a reset happens, and all that technology is gone because a EMP goes out or whatever, and then we restart again.
When I was a
It's almost
kid,
sounds like that.
It was like, here's the thing they call like, oh, that's an old wives' tale. But when I was a kid, it was real. I wish I had a fucking newspaper article on it that they had made the hoverboard from Back to the Future 2, but we weren't allowed to have it because of the safety issues.
Mm-hmm.
And
All
then all
types
of a
of
sudden
weird
it became an
stuff.
old wives' tale that it never existed. But it
Mm-hmm.
used to be
And now a
like,
hoverboard has 2 wheels. It doesn't
yeah.
hover.
Yeah,
They
and it
call it a
doesn't hover
hoverboard.
at all. That's not our hoverboard,
That's not a
kids. You guys
hoverboard.
can keep that all you want. I have never stood on one of those and I
Yeah.
won't. It's not my hoverboard.
I concur.
I'll stand on a real fucking hoverboard and I know I'll do it in my lifetime.
Y'all seen those pictures of those, those vintage looking pictures of technologies and stuff, and how they have robots and like these weird machines that show like a spirit like being conjured with these like weird experimental looking machines. You ever see those pictures? Those vintage
No.
pictures? No? It's like
Oh.
part
Oh,
Oh,
of
yeah,
that
no.
where they're, like,
tartar.
where the plasma is coming out and stuff sometimes?
Yeah, it's like they'll have
Yeah.
like these weird vintage pictures of these like men in these suits and like during the 1900s or probably even 1800s, like maybe 1880s, 1870s, where they had first taken pictures of things. And like they'll have this device and like it'll look like a spirit like is there or like a ghost and that they can conjure spirits with these machines. They have pictures of this and like apparently they're authentic pictures they say, but then some say that they're not authentic pictures. It's AI, but these pictures were like
I'll tell you
way
though, one thing that we
back in my
definitely did
research.
in photography is we would find old pictures to develop like old film and then we'd mix it with other old
Yeah.
film in blank
Mm,
space. And I think a lot of people, when everything became digitized, they forgot what we used to do in dark rooms.
Like double
mm,
And we
exposure.
all grew up where photography was a class you had to take in high school, like, like you take 9 weeks of shop or
I
9 weeks
wish.
of, home ec. Like you had to take 9 weeks of a photography or an art or something like that. And so I think when people forgot how film worked, that sometimes they would layer up film, some of this stuff, because they would tell people to do vanilla skied stuff. Like it would
Mm,
be like the way you'd have to take things. So if something was vanilla skied, you could always put whatever you wanted to in the background. That's where some of the credence actually lies, is they're like, look at these mud roads. These mud roads wouldn't have gotten stuff up to wherever. Look at the background are all vanilla skied. Like those kind of washed out images is like, where did the whole rest of the image go? It's like
yeah,
somebody a different piece of the photography because there's ways to reverse it when you know about a dark room. So I think some of the stuff is like was technology that was made at times that was never like fundamentally like the money was never enough to be made, but then there's a lot of Zeppelin stuff that I like that became the steampunk movement that was from that photography. A lot of the steampunk photography guys would always
mm,
mix Zeppelins with technology and stuff because that's also how they dress.
interesting.
But I believe
Mm,
Zeppelins were just, you would always have a Zeppelin fly if you wanted to give free energy to a place. I don't
Well,
think they
if we
were
wanted
ships
to,
at all.
well, if we want to talk about those technologies, during the old Chicago cities that burned down and whatnot, and they had baby incubators that grew babies within
The
like a
world
fucking
fairs and
week.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the world fairs and shit. I mean, that has to be some type of technology if you can rush a growth process. Like, it's fucking mind-boggling. Like what was that technology that they used? A baby incubator? Okay, the baby incubators that we know today are probably the different technology than they used back in the day. To me,
Well, yeah, it
maybe they
doesn't
just
speed
took a
anything up. A
technology and
preemie
named
is
it
a
that.
preemie and it sits in that incubator as long as it needs to. Like,
Yeah, it
they're born at
stays
24
preemie.
weeks. They have to make it to like 16 weeks, probably. Like, probably not the whole time in the incubator, but for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Still can't go
So I don't
home
know.
for 4 months.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the iron lung?
Yeah.
Like somebody just had to be in a big, huge fucking tube.
Chamber forever.
There's a man who's still in one. Do you know
Like
that?
they
He's been in it for
What?
years.
It reminds me of that Metallica song One, like landmine has taken my sight, taken my speech, taken my hearing, taken my arms, taken my legs. And it's like, could you imagine living like that, like being a fucking shell of a person? Like, why?
Dude,
Why keep
there's a
somebody
man
alive
who
like that?
exists who's been living in one for I don't know how many fucking years in that old school ass fucking tube. And he's just there and like he like reads all the time and listens to the news and just like is just a lump of
Well, I guess he still has
human.
That's probably
senses,
like a
but
lot of people though now. I mean, they just have their phone in their hand and they're just sitting
Yeah,
there in an
nothing
iron
different.
lung.
Yeah. Dude,
Bro,
that's
you
nuts.
remember the boy in the plastic bubble? They tried to boy in the plastic bubble all of us.
well, that's what when somebody was talking about like Trump and his little entourage,
Whoa.
whatever, I was like, oh, like make him a bubble boy. I was thinking that the other day.
Yeah, look,
What
somebody
did I
right.
say?
It says the
Oh
boy in the
wow.
bubble in Seinfeld episode. Everybody thought the man in the iron lung made him all think bubble boy. See, that's one of those weird, like, we just did a mental spell, mentalism.
Yeah.
It was like, we're going to talk about the man in the iron lung, and then we're going to talk about the kid that loses his red balloon, and then we're going to talk about Bubble Boy. Oh my
Fucking
God.
weird.
Uh-huh. You know what? It had John Travolta in it. In this movie, when I was a kid, I was like, he's an obvious homosexual, and it's okay. Nothing's wrong with it. Poor Kelly
Yeah.
Preston. The best role she ever played was convincing people he was straight, and then she died.
Mm.
He lost
Winkadink?
Kelly Preston and his son. Those were weird Hollywood sacrifices.
Why did they do it though? That's so fucked up. Like, why did they do that? Like, why?
You know, like the Russian
So
girl that
bizarre.
got shot by Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Like, just a
Well,
goner.
and that's the
Like,
thing though, but he's supposedly like on trial for that now or whatever. Have you guys
no,
seen
he
that?
got off.
No, they
It's
dismissed
Oh,
over.
he
it.
did get off. Oh shit. Okay.
They
So
dismissed it.
because I was like connecting that earlier when we were talking about Dick Cheney. So I was like,
And she grew up on like a Russian submarine base or something. It's so weird that she got shot because I also think that kid that was in Star Trek that his car rolled down the hill backward and into the fence. I always forget what his
Really?
name is. Yeah, I always thought his death was sketchy too, and he was like a Russian circus kid.
Russian spies? KGB?
I don't know, like Lucille Ball, how she said she was driving by the coast and in her feelings she heard like Russian
Radio.
chatter.
Like radio frequency.
Mm-hmm. Like, come on.
Dialed in. Tuned in. Fucking
It's
bizarre,
funny
man.
that Dick Cheney went duck hunting and we have the duck like shoot in the face. That was mafia. Like out of everything, like if we were say like that moment in history went hard as fuck, that's one of the harder fucking moments in history. To show
Yeah.
people you have that much power, that show the world that you have that much power to shoot an MFer right in the face.
Yeah.
yeah.
On live fucking TV.
I
And you
would say
fucking missed, thank God. But you fucking missed.
I think he still got splattered, right? Because it was duck, so it did the splatter, and so
I think
he
Layla
got
was talking about I think Layla was talking about Trump.
Oh yeah,
oh
what's talking about Trump?
oh, I was
We were
talking
talking about
about fucking Dick
Dick Cheney.
Cheney
Yeah.
Oh,
when he shot that dude in the face.
oh yeah.
Trump too. That moment of like that's where I was like, I can see his character regardless. I know people like that in my life that they're like the kind of person that would rip their shirt off if something like I know
would.
dudes that like in that moment, like once it's like adrenaline, it's
I'm
like
alive.
yeah.
I'll fucking fuck you up. Like that
Layla,
adrenaline.
Yeah.
can
Oh
you
yeah.
imagine if Layla got shot in the ear?
Woo, bitch,
Well,
I'm finding you.
You would
I'm
be just
chasing you.
they would have to like
Rage. I see red. That's it.
but see,
I'm
like
fucking
in
you
high
up.
school,
you
I was a
touch your
cheerleader
ear.
and I was a flyer, and I was like was up at in a fucking stunt, like a full extension stunt, and I got dropped on the gym floor in front of the whole fucking school. I popped right up, and I was hurt. But I popped up and I was like, I'm fucking pissed. And I fucking started yelling at the girl who fucking was supposed to catch me. And yeah, then the whole football team got in trouble because the fucking football coach saw it and goes, that cheerleader just took a harder hit than any one of you guys. And like, he's like, y'all are fucking running. Like, they got in trouble for it because I fucking popped up and I was pissed off. But so I know that reaction. Like, you fucking got hurt, didn't fucking take you down all the way. I'm gonna fucking pop up and tell you what I fucking think. Like, it's gonna happen. I know what that feels like.
Yeah. Man, I had a situation where I was fucking walking. It was high school time, so I was like a fucking badass in high school. Um, I'm walking with my cousins, just walking past the park, and this girl goes, I'm just looking at the basketball players. I'm like, oh, he's cute, and oh, he's cute, like, just being a fucking girl. And these girls sitting on the bench goes, what you looking here for? I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? Bitch, nobody's fucking looking at you. She's like, who the fuck you talking to? I was like, I'm fucking talking to you, And she's like, look at you. I was like, exactly, look at me. Look at me. Like, and I do a 360. I was like, look at me. Exactly. Everybody, look at me. I look good, and I'm just rubbing it in her face. Dude, I fucking went off. She regretted like saying anything to me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought you were looking at, I was like, even if I were, I didn't say shit to you. Oh, I go off. But not anymore. I learned how to control it. But when it comes to fucking freedom, I will snap. If it comes to a man touching a woman, I will fucking snap. If I see a man trying to touch a kid, I will fucking snap. Maybe even kill him. I would kill a man. If I find like some situation happen, like, and I see it, I'm killing him.
That's where I get down with natural law too.
Yeah.
That's where I just feel like there's certain things about the world that I just am like, thou shalt not kill. I don't know, dog. I don't know. How are you going to have a set of rules that don't have thou shalt not fuck kids in that set of rules?
For real. Like, what the fuck?
How is that not a commandment?
Because it was like the line in the sand is so interesting to me with age and trauma and like what is allowed. I think it's like, it makes me sad a little bit. Like, it's not even age. It's just like an amount of innocence a little.
Yeah.
That's just gone with everyone with the screen in the hand all the time. Like everything we've seen and been privy to over the last however many years since 9/11. Think of the kids that have been born since 9/11 and think of just what the TV shows. Think of how many kids watch like CSI and murder like solving shows where it's just like, think of the tales and everything that's in that's just blanketly normal TV. Like that, just kids are just growing up with this is their reality, so different than there's like almost no imagination even to be had because everything they're going to even look up, like Lisa Ann Frank, it's already been done.
Mm-hmm.
It's already been done. And so it's like the innocence of them is gone. Like they all watch whatever you think about is going on. It's like the kids are just growing up with these screens in their hand, the same porn, the same political porn, the same, it doesn't matter what side. It's like all the kids,
it's all porn.
Up, they all got their opinions of the world, and kind of in that way of like Kanye, it's like a whole bunch of coffee tables. Like their coffee tables are put there even younger and younger and younger. And it's just like, fuck, the Matrix is winning. Like the simulation, it doesn't matter. It's like totally taking over. They don't play outside and everything's kind of like not innocent. The parents that are keeping their kids innocent, it is like pretty, like the feet, good on you. Or keeping yourself innocent sometimes. But the feet, it seems pretty unreal.
It's like this rush to like lose that innocence and everything. Like, oh, get rid of it. It's no good. Get rid of it. That innocence. No good. Like, it's good to be intelligent and have street smarts, but like, everything with due time. Like there's a time for everything. There's an age. There's not an age, but like Some kids are smarter than others, and this is a real thing. Some kids will start reading at 2 and some kids don't. It all goes with their pace, however that child is coded to be. It all depends on you also as a parent on how you implement that child into the world. So if you want him to be more advanced, you teach your child in more earlier stage and it progresses earlier rather than later. So it's all on you with the child,
Well,
the
and
parent.
let me tell you, like, being a mother of 5, I could tell you right now, and I was also in child development. I worked with children for years and years and years. Like, if you want your child to be intelligent from day one, talk to them all the time, and every adult around them, have them talk. Like, the more language that you use around a baby and you speak to them, the more you're creating synapses in their brain. You're making the connections, and they learn language earlier. And the earlier they learn language, the smarter they're going to become, because they're going to
Yep.
start connecting things. And so that's like the main thing that you can do, is just talk to a baby, talk to them as a
And not
child, and
baby
don't make up
talk.
weird fucking words. Like,
Yeah,
don't make up
no,
like,
da.
yeah,
No.
it's okay to do a little bit, but actually speak to them and encourage
Mhm.
every person that is around them to speak to them, because the more that they hear, the more that the brain development happens. And that's really kind of like, and buy real toys. Like, don't get them all the toys that light up. Don't get all the toys that make music. Like, get them toys that are blocks, balls, like stacking cups, like concrete toys. Those things are
Yes.
so important for them. Like,
A
limit the
kitchen
Blocks,
set.
exposure. Don't
real
don't
wood
give them this.
blocks.
Don't
A
let
kitchen
them be in a
set.
car seat holding this.
A
Like,
doctor
wait.
set.
Yes.
Little babies, little diapers, a board to like know how to zip up a zipper,
Yeah.
button a
Those things are
button.
so important.
Yes, let them learn how to cut scissors, but
And I
safe
guarantee they
scissors.
won't have
Let them,
ADHD. They're not going to have
yeah.
it. They're not going to
I
have
kinda
those
liked that.
issues.
I hung out with a little kid. I mean, he wasn't little, but it was still, like, where I had a knife in the kitchen, and I was like, "Okay, let me" I chef, "Let me show you a knife a little bit," and he's like, "I am very comfortable with knives." And I was
Mm.
like, "You go ahead." Like, I apologize for assuming, and it's just kind of like, kids should know what knives are.
Mhm.
They should know what a hot pan is. Why is this certain age that kids can't cook? Kids are
Yeah.
so smart and they
Yes,
can
they
do
are.
every single thing. Like, I don't know why it has to be just packaged food all the time because you're like, "Oh, I don't want my kid to do." They could just microwave. I have not had a microwave anywhere in my residence for over a decade. I can't even fathom that life.
I'm
Like,
telling you.
I can't even fathom it. Like,
Yeah. I'm not a fan of microwaves, except that I fucking eat all my food in containers portioned out and 6 times a day. So that's what I got to do. Or I got to eat it
They need
cold.
to
I do
come
eat
up with
food
a
cold
better
sometimes
method
too.
because that method is like
Radiating
not
your
it.
food. Yeah.
The symbol is
the
in it.
pan doesn't take
It's
that long.
It
y'all seen that
doesn't. It's
video,
just
right?
like,
A what?
what?
Of taking the pan out of the microwave, that glass pan, and when you look at the middle symbol, it is like that, you know, radiation symbol.
It would be.
It is.
Yeah.
It literally is. It's in the middle of the plate. Oh, plate of radiation. There you go. Enjoy your radiation.
Yeah, I don't get down on it. I haven't for a
Even
long
air
time.
fryers too, by the way.
Yeah,
They're
those are
probably
bad.
worse than microwaves.
All that here, let's gather everything out of the air. No, thanks. I don't wanna eat out of my lint trap either.
Yeah, thank you.
It seems
I've
like I
never
don't want
eaten
that.
anything out of an air fryer yet, ever. Not once.
Well,
Thank God.
I don't
supposedly,
think
you
I
get like a heavy metal fucking poisoning from the stupid cord that just plugs into
Yep.
the wall
Yeah.
oh
with an
my
air
god.
fryer. Like, it's dangerous as fuck. Like these kids are filled with toxins because and the parents are like, I don't understand. Like, I air fry everything. Like, we don't, and it's the fucking cord that plugs into the air fryers.
Yeah,
Parents. It says
I
it on the
love a
box when
blender.
you buy it, you know, if you just read the box, it says this product may cause cancer. They put the label on there on each fucking air fryer. Do you read the box? No, you don't. Oh, this looks pretty. Oh, I could cook my food in how long?
California,
5
they have to label
minutes?
everything like that, including McDonald's. You walk into McDonald's and it'll say, you know, the food can cause cancer.
Yep.
They pressure cookers. What about pressure cooking your beans?
That's a good method of doing it.
Pressure
Try-
cooker. I'm
Yeah.
surprised they let us have pressure cookers.
They are like
I know.
bombs. You could turn them into bombs, kind of.
Allegedly, we're not even talking about them.
Yeah.
No, but that is the Boston bombing. I'm surprised because they try to get rid of gas stoves and everything else. I'm like, huh, surprised. And they sure do. They want microwaves in everyone's houses. That must
Well,
help radiate all the other
my
chemical
prepper
the
brain was like,
chemtrails.
go get a pressure cooker, because if you really wanted to prep, like, you'd make sure you had like a grill outside, and if you do propane, like shit tons of propane or whatever. But then, like, how would you cook quickly and effectively? Like, get a pressure cooker. You can throw that bitch on there.
Pressure cookers are where it's at. I'm scared to use them though. They terrify me.
Same, but yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if pressure cookers, you know how it takes less time to make beans?
Yeah,
Like, I just
it's like
theorize
45
that
minutes.
some certain things need time to cook because it
Well,
makes the food less gassy and like bad in your belly. So when you're eating this fast cooked stuff, your belly has to do the rest, and certain chemicals aren't getting cooked out right and all this.
well,
And so
you
I think
soak the
people are
beans to get
getting
rid of the
really
lectins,
fucked up.
right? Because the
Huh?
lectins are supposed to, like, because you soak beans overnight and stuff to get rid of the lectins or whatever. Lectins, they're they're like microtoxins to your body. Like, beans are actually like bad for your body if you don't soak them first. Like, that's why you soak them and, you know, rinse the water and stuff, because it kind of gets rid of that microtoxin. So it's good if you want them done quickly, yes, but it's also, you're not doing that process first.
It's like
Hmm.
there's certain things I think about with like mushrooms, for example, like when people are going to do mushrooms. And some people have only eaten mushrooms. And so they've only had a certain kind of trip because those mushrooms have only been brought up to the temperature of your belly. Whereas some people have made teas and
That's what I do.
boiled it,
Good.
where that cooks out a whole different type of stuff out of the mushroom, not just psilocybin, not just this. Now you get it. It's the same way as like some people, if they have a concentrate of the weed, they're going to get one thing where if they light that on fire, it's going to cook a whole bunch of different cannabinoids. So I just think sometimes certain foods, the coldness of them or the hotness of them could totally, like, it changes the flavor, but it would also change like the molecular breakdown in ways that could be making people really sick. Like, the way that bread is processed, your bread should mold, and it should mold in a certain amount of time. And that
Yes.
if your bread is, real, if you make it yourself and it molds in a certain amount of time, it probably gives people, like, if they were to have a celiac problem, they probably wouldn't have as many issues with that bread. It's the chemicals and the things at the store because your body doesn't know how to break this stuff down. So I think
Yeah.
some of the ways that we're cooking a lot of these things too, and recooking. Some things should never be recooked. And then some things are being in containers like styrofoam and
And
then being cooked
plastic.
in your microwave.
And
And then
styrofoam
people
is
are eating
plastic. Polyfoam, it's
recooked
plastic.
stuff. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like in my life, it's just like we live in such a crazy world.
I
And
should
people are
just
like,
like
oh, well, there's
find
no.
find like amethyst dishes or like quartz dishes and cups and like copper cups and like stone, like, just go that route.
Well, I decided when I get to my new
Natural.
place, like, I'm giving all my dishes to my
Wood.
husband. He can take those to his new place, and I'm just gonna eat on china from now on. I'm like, why do I have these sets of china that, like, have been in my family for whatever, but I never use them. They just sit in boxes in my garage. I'm like, I'm just gonna use them. They get broke. They get broke. It is what it is. Like, I
Yeah.
want to eat on the fancy shit all the time.
I'm thinking about getting wood, like wood plates, wood spoons, and forks, as fucking non-sharp as they won't be, but
I
I'm
have
gonna fucking do it.
everything that you guys have said. And I think the china's good. And sometimes if you look at certain china, it'll have like a perfect metal etching around the outside, like a conductive, almost like
Usually
it's
gold.
That's why I was like, I wonder if I could use those in the microwave. Probably
no,
not. I've been
don't,
thinking that.
no, not
Yeah,
at all.
didn't think so.
It's like those better things. And then like microwave, you would never want to microwave your wood, and how you have your wood cutting boards, and how you are like, yeah, don't put soap
Yeah.
on my wood cutting board, you'll fuck it up. Or then you have like your cast iron, and then you're like, don't put soap on my cast iron, you'll fuck it up. And then you have your copper mugs that you drink out of, and it feels like everything I drink out of the copper is so cold. Like it feels
Yeah.
extra cold, and there's so much
And it's
condensation
purifying.
on the outside.
It's a purifying,
My
like you
cat
take
likes
water.
drinking out of copper.
Yeah, you put like get a jug and put some water in there, and it'll purify the water and electrolyze it. It'll give it like its properties that you need. Like what's that water? Kagan water? It almost does that effect to the water. But it takes time. You have to leave it in there for like 24 hours, let it do its thing. It's a little magic.
I have real silverware too.
Oh, look, someone
Nice.
called you Layla too.
Huh?
I said Lucy Rose called you Layla too. I wonder if she did that on purpose.
Layla love?
Layla.
Because I've been calling you Layla.
Oh, Layla. Oh, I love that. I love
I
that.
think it's a cute nickname for you.
Mm-hmm. But I could be a bitch when I fucking need to, and I'm not all love all the fucking time.
Well, who wants to be all fucking light?
let me stop. Oh my god. No, I'm usually all love. Unless someone becomes fucking disrespectful. I've considered myself like goddess level. Y'all have to consider yourself goddess level and see everyone's like a goddess and a god, you know, and like respect each other. I respect you. I see you as like a divine individual being. If I start getting disrespected, guess what? I'm letting it out.
Well, the
I'm not gonna
co-star
shoot
app
you,
always
but
tells people that I'm the devil on their shoulder, so I balance you.
yeah.
All right. You guys
Love y'all so
get some
much.
What's
rest.
wrong?
It's going to
It
be
was
an
fun, though.
interesting week.
Oh, I know.
It is.
Hold on to your hats. It could be
It's
a
gonna
week
be
to
a
remember.
climactic moments.
And
Hey,
bring it.
a lot of the Microsoft stuff is still down too, right? The IT stuff.
I don't know, but they better get their shit together.
I don't know.
They better get their shit together. Yeah, I think it's the crowd strike. So I don't know if the people, like, I'm sure there's a lot of companies that have no idea how to fix it, even though, you know, because it's like their IT person is somebody that's like, wait, usually I just press power.
Yeah.
I know how to defragment a disk. Nobody else
Though
does.
I just saw a video today saying you might just need to restart your devices. I saw that. I was like, I could have told you that.
Yeah, that's the first thing.
Yeah,
You
always.
try unplugging it for 60 seconds.
That's like my answer to almost everyone. I'm like, oh wow.
That's called a hard reset.
Like at this point of time, how many years we have gone through that stage of like, did you unplug your device yet? Did you reset? Yeah. Why do you think I'm fucking calling you to figure out the main issue? Because I tried all these things. Like
because
we're
98%
past that
of people
point.
won't do that. Most people won't do it. I swear to God, though. That's why.
Really?
It's because yes.
I didn't think of that.
I can pull devices apart
Fucking
and
wow.
fix them and like fix the parts and all that, but I can't I don't get to do a lot of that because most of the time I'm like, did you try restarting your device? Yes, I did. But then I go in there, they didn't do it. They didn't fucking unplug nothing. And all I do is shut it off, turn it back on, and lo and behold, it's fixed.
Boom,
But
it works.
that's a lot of what I do. That's
Wow.
mostly what I do.
Wow. Oh man, but I don't blame them. People are like really fucking dumb out there.
They're
A
dumb
lot of
out
people
there,
are just
man.
dumb.
They're dumb
It's
out there.
hilarious. They're buying electric cars. Come on, man.
Is that a good idea? Do you know how
No,
to operate a computer?
it's not
Are
a
you
good
tech
idea.
savvy? Maybe you shouldn't do
Oh
that.
my gosh. Everybody's a victim. Everybody wants to take whatever their thing was and make it the whole thing of everybody else's thing. Like everybody feel the burden of my thing. Look at
Distract yourself. Distract yourself completely. Make yourself a victim of their problems. It's
everybody
not
wants to
even
be a
your problem.
survivor of the thing.
Yeah, I marched for this. I marched for that. I was there. Oh yeah. Oh, da, 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 da. Okay, cool.
It's wild.
And then what? Yeah.
It's
And
the
then what?
running, man.
I have a
What
good
are
story
we
about that. I know we're
really?
trying to like close up, but I'm gonna share this really quick. I was at court with my son the other day, and
What
I
about if
couldn't
I
go in
just
because I
stop
wore a
the
tank
show?
top. Well, just do it if you want.
I would not, but that would be so funny if you did. I know we're closing up, but let me just. And it was like, can you save us, Britney Spears?
So I can't go into
What a
court though
cunt.
because I'm wearing a
Sorry,
tank
go on.
top. Like, who knows? Who knew that you couldn't wear a tank top to fucking court?
Who
So I'm
wears a
sitting at
tank top to court?
this bitch. You think I'm not gonna
I
show off
didn't.
these guns when I can?
Not to
So-
court.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I wasn't fucking the one on trial. I was just fucking one to observe. So I have to sit out in the lobby, right? And
It's cold on a
like,
fake boat. That's what they want you to have the illusion of. You're in a ship.
so there's girl sitting there, and she's talking to this other girl who looks mad as fuck, but they know each other because they've been in jail together. And like the one keeps talking about drug court. So then all of a sudden she turns to me, she's like, "Are you here for drug court?" And I was like, "No, I'm here because my son has a court date." And tell her what happened. And then she starts telling me, "Well, I'm 22. My mom was." She's like, I got involved in drugs. I'm so lucky my attorney is here. Like, she knows my grandma and everything. But like, I was gonna have to serve 5 years in prison, and she's like, and I know better. Like, my mom was a drug addict, and like, she's like, I knew not to go down this path, but I did anyway. And I just looked at her and I was like, you know what? Just because your mother was that way and you chose to do the things that you've done now, you're 22 years old. You're not a victim. Don't let yourself be a victim, and don't tell yourself a victim story. I said, you can turn your life around at any moment. And so I tied it into bodybuilding. I said, look at me. I was like, 3 years ago, I was fat. I was like, do you see what I look like now? She's like, yes, you look amazing. And I was like, I have every reason to not be this. It's like, I said, I chose a different life for myself. I was like, you can do that at any time, at any age, and you are still young enough to change that. And she looked at me and she started crying, and she's like, I knew there was a reason why I had to talk to you. I was like, period. It was like a great, great day. But anyway,
That happened to me on the fucking beach yesterday. It was so weird. Some random guy just came up to me. He was like trying to hit on me. He was so young. All these young guys lately, they're like just coming up to me. I'm just like, what the fuck? But anyway, I'm not a cougar or whatever it is. But anyway, he's coming to talk to me, and then I'm just like, yeah, where are you from? Da da da. Yeah, I'm from here, and blah blah blah. I'm giving him conversation. And I tell him what I do, and I podcast, and this is how I view the world, and what I view people as. And he's like, and he says, because I went deep, into spirituality and what we talk about. And he's like, my God, you know what's interesting? I've been around, I've talked to so many females. I have never had a conversation like this that was so meaningful, that was life changing, and opened my eyes to a different perspective of life, because I looked at life as so ugly. But you gave me a new perspective on life, to see life in such a beautiful way. I was like, yeah, man. It's like it's all you in your mind. You create the life that you want. If you want to see the world in a dark place, that's how your life will be. If you want to see this world as a beautiful place and a prosperous place and plentiful for you, for everybody, guess what? You will have that. So it's all like, it's all, you meet people for a reason.
you
Always.
do. Yeah. Like
Why?
that one, like,
Don't
that's what I
know.
was like, it was one of those fine moments, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what it's one of those moments
Yeah,
where you're like, I had to
he
like
was
activate
almost
you or something.
teary-eyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a guy, like a macho, like, kid, not kid, but like, what was he? Maybe 28, you know? I'm like 37. He's young. He's a kid to me. So it was just like one of those moments. Maybe I was sent in a divine way for this person, for him to come talk to me and just have like a little, like maybe he had deep dark demons of him not wanting to be on his realm, you know? I don't know, but my mind goes there sometimes on situations like this. And it was a great conversations. And sometimes you need to have those conversations with people instead of it being like, oh, he's trying to hit on me. How about you turn that conversation into like a good spiritual conversation of how you view the world, and, you know, make it about that and just cut it off. That's it. That's how I was like, oh, well, nice to meet you. Great having this talk, you know, and got up, and that was that. You don't have to be weird and be mean to everybody. Sometimes they are sent to you for a reason. So, what? Oh,
Being mean's fun sometimes too, though.
I can't. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. I can't just be rude to people and just be like, yeah, it takes balls to come up and talk to, like, I'm talking about like going out. It takes balls for a guy to come up to a woman and like talk to them nowadays, because men don't do that really. There's, because I understand why women are so like, but I understand women too, because there's a lot of creeps out there. So I try to be nice to people because I don't want to be rude, because I don't want anyone being rude to me.
No,
You know?
I normally am. I just feel like
Yeah.
I'm at this place in my life where I'm not going to entertain anything, so I'm not going to give you the idea that I am. So
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, sometimes I don't mind having nice convos with somebody. Sometimes I don't
Mhm.
want them anywhere in my bubble, and I want them
yeah,
to go.
that's
Go,
not what
Yeah,
I'm
I could
about
feel
right
a
now.
vibe.
Yeah.
I could feel a vibe. It's all about
But
the vibe.
mm,
It's
most
all
people are
about the vibe.
most people are okay. Most people
Most
overall,
people
I
are.
don't mind.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's almost 1 a.m.
It's 1 a.m. Do you
Oh,
know where your
shit.
children
I
are?
don't work
It's
tomorrow.
Gog Magog.
Oh my
Gurg
God.
McGurg.
What
Gurg
can
McGurg.
be done by what can be undone?
Can you be
Unburdened.
unburdened?
Can you be unburdened by what has been already undone?
Can you be
What the
burdened?
fuck?
Unburdened by what has been?
Can you be
Could you?
unburdened by what has already been done?
Can you undo by what you've been unburdened? I don't know. Fuck.
Can you Gog Magog by what has already been done? Can you be
Can
unburdened by the
can
Gog
you,
Magog?
can you Gurg McGurg? What has already been
Oh my
done?
God.
Gurg McGurg.
This is so funny.
All right, you guys.
Gibberish.
We
Yeah.
love you so much. On that
Good
note, thanks
We
for
night.
hanging
sounded
out
like
with us.
Sims for a minute.
Sarasa, Sarasa,
Da-da-da.
Zarate. What I say?
Love you
What I say?
guys.
Bye bye.
Britney Spears, can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
What we used to think we knew is constantly exploding. Our possibilities come true, so what we do is call out to the good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, weirdos, mega mistakes, infantailing, calling linguists. Good guys. Forum of decorum needs a secretive society to advance on philosophies intentionally, magically good guys, good guys, good guys, good
going, oh, Mummy, I got my pussy, please, and run to me and let me see. Oh,